Hi guys. Thank you. That was user error. So that's all on me. Hi. Hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully I'm not too loud. Let's see. Am I clear now? Okay. Thank you, Jamile, for all your help. Okay, yay! Okay, literally my mute button was on my computer. Oh, okay. Wonderful. We're back. Hi everybody. So basically I was saying hello everyone. Today we're going to talk about whether your dreams are unrealistic or not. Yay. So I hope that you all are having a wonderful evening. Happy daylight savings time. Yes, listen. User error. That was all on me. But thank you, Jamal, for your help. Okay. But yeah, so happy daylight savings time. Hopefully you got some rest and some extra hour in. I'm trying to use it to the best of my advantage, like to get up earlier. But anyway, welcome everybody. Right. Sound man. Okay. All right. Welcome everybody. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for hanging in there. We are back. Okay. We didn't even get started, but awesome. Okay. Welcome everybody. So glad to see your lovely faces. Okay. So the reason why, yes, thank you. Thank you, sound man. Appreciate you. The reason why I brought up this conversation is because this whole thing started from, or this idea of being unrealistic started a few years ago for me. The dreams that I had felt unrealistic. And I would tell some people my dreams and they would say, oh, well, maybe later in your life you can do that. That shouldn't be your plan now, right? And so in my mind, I asked the question, like, who determines whether or not something is realistic or not, right? Like, who determines that? And then I did the video for why I gave up Black excellence and the American dream. And a lot of people told me that I was very unrealistic about what I expect, how I can live my life, all these different things. And I was like, you know what? I'll be unrealistic. I think that's okay with me. I don't think that that's an insult. I think people are trying to make it seem like, oh, you're trying to believe in fairy tales, yada, yada, yada. So I have a lot of notes. So we're going to try to get through everything. But please, I would love to know, what are some unrealistic dreams that you have? If you're brave enough to share, it's no pressure, but I would love to see your dreams. Like the ones that you're afraid to tell people, the ones that you are, nervous to even admit yourself. Like I would love to hear your dreams. Ooh, what is Black excellence? Good question. Obviously everybody has their own personal definition for Black excellence. But for me, it's this idea that you have to strive and overachieve and overdo to be, excellent, to excel, right? You have to excel to be worth the title of Black excellence. And I think people are just inherently worthy. That's just my belief. So, okay. But yes, I would love to hear that's how I feel. I feel the same way. I think it's a scam. And I did a whole live about that a while ago. I did a video about that, a follow-up video about that. And basically this is where this idea of being unrealistic was kind of birthed. I was journaling and I wrote down some notes. And I think with my content going forward, I think I like processing things in real time. I like recording videos beforehand, but then the editing and things like that kind of get in the way, But so I think I'm just going to go live more and then chop it up. Shout out to the gentleman who recommended that last time. Chop it up and then share those videos because our videos be going on for like 2.5 hours sometimes. And so, yeah. Okay. Becoming a clinical psychologist and running a nonprofit. That's lovely. That's lovely. I love that dream. Okay. So, okay. Sorry, y'all. I'm like trying to calm down from all those audio issues from earlier. All right. Yeah. But let me know if you can still hear me and all that good stuff. Let's see. Starting my clothing brand with not much money. Yeah. Glam for breakfast. I love that name. That's beautiful. I love that. Okay. But yes, please keep sharing if you want to share. Because I really think there's power in naming your dreams. It's power when you give breath and life to your dreams and when people affirm them for you. Because I'm just going to say this, like starting out, right? Like when I see your dream of becoming a clinical psychologist and running a nonprofit organization, in your mind, like you said, that's like unrealistic. Right? I can see that happening. To me, that doesn't feel unrealistic, but I get it that our perception sometimes can be skewed, and our perception can be honest too. Like if we feel like something is like insurmountable, like it's just like, oh my gosh, like how do I even start this thing? It could seem overwhelming. But yeah, but I see this for you. I see this for you too. And I think sometimes other people's perspectives can help us and be like, oh, okay, maybe I can do the thing. Maybe I can do it. Hi, Vivi Harris. This topic speaks to me right now. I'm in grad school with 4 babies. Woo, 4 and under. Ooh, shout out to you. And I just started grad school. The baby is 3 months. Wow. I'm going to Puerto Rico for my birthday because who said you can't? And you deserve, okay? You deserve. That's a lot. I'm celebrating you. That's awesome. Jordana, hi. It says, having the social media app I developed reach 1 million members. I believe it could happen. Like, look at Twitter, right? Like, look at Instagram, look at Facebook, right? These were all ideas. And we'll get into that in a second. But I believe it for you. Making YouTube a full-time career. Hey, people are doing it, right? You're welcome, of course. Hi, Easier Said with Meg. It's good to see you. My unrealistic dream is, I didn't see the end of this if you put it in there, but please reshare it. Starting a nonprofit to give back to those in need. That's lovely. That's lovely. Just started a women's self-defense course, 12 weeks course, and yes, I can hear you now. Okay, awesome. I'm glad you can hear me. That's awesome. Yay. Yes. These are awesome dreams, and they're like life-changing dreams too, right? My unrealistic dream is completely letting go of Western ideals of success, family, and community, and inspiring others to do so. Love it. I'm here for it. I think it can happen. And we also understand, we'll get into that later. Okay. So far, I love your dreams. Please keep sharing. I still want to see them. I think that's amazing. Yes, congratulations. Listen, giving birth, raising children, and going to school, that's no joke. Okay? Hand clap to you, Vivi. Seriously. That's huge. That's huge. Let's see. Oh, I love that you're looking through your hands to become a YouTuber. I love that. Okay. I love it. I'm publishing a book and honestly living abroad, doing something with my writing. I love that. And there are people doing that. So yes. And not that you need the confirmation of other people doing it to do it, but other people doing it shows that it's possible for it to be done, right? That's the whole point. Mine is to be a nomad. I just spent 22 days in Guatemala. Oh, awesome. Yes, that's one of my dreams too. My unrealistic dream is to make six figures on being an eyelash technician. Like, the girls are doing it. You can do it. I want to be free. Yes, me too. We got to define what freedom means though too, right? Like, I feel like we all have this idea, like, I want to be free. What does that feel like? What does it mean, right? Like, being specific about that thing. We're growing like crazy, but saying that number out loud always feels a little embarrassing. No, it's not too bold, and your feelings are valid, but there's no need to be embarrassed. We're all rooting for you. I believe it can happen. I believe. I used to have dreams of being in the performing arts, but throughout college, I met someone who I felt, was better than me in that area, and I began to question my talents. I'm still afraid to dream. Understandable. I get it. My dream is to grow my podcast and blog writing for a living, working, freeing myself financially. That's awesome. Yes. Sophia says, do a large-scale production of a movie or play. I love that. I love it. Yeah, shout out to moms in school for real, okay? For real. Listen, as a single woman in school, it was rough. So shout out to y'all. I'm owning land and building a small off-grid home where hopefully I can grow my own food and be self-reliant. I love that. And people are doing it. I love it. My dream is to be a self-taught web developer for the money. I really just want to live in an apartment with my pet cat, though, and heal from things. That comes first. That's beautiful. And that's a beautiful dream. Healing is a beautiful dream. That counts, too. Barbara says, dream to have my own RV, but that takes money. Yeah. Not going to do it in my Nissan Versa. No. That's all right. Listen, people are car camping. We actually, we went to California, and I'll be sharing the videos from that experience. This is kind of a sidebar. But we went to California, and we went in our Prius, and we did a few nights of car camping. So that was fun. While I don't know if it's good for, like, some people can do it long term for a long time. Yeah, so it depends on your comfort. But people car camp, so maybe you can't have the RV right now, but if you have access to your car to be able to sleep in, that counts too. Manly's dreams make a sister feel like I have no idea how to dream. Why? No, there's no wrong or right way to dream. No wrong or right way. I dream of having these pop-up events all over the world for women to come and die to their old self, like a ceremony of sorts. That sounds beautiful. I love that. I think true freedom is being your own boss. Okay. Understandable. What I will say though, you just gotta be careful, because if you are your own boss and you're just as bad as your previous boss, like you're riding yourself hard and you're making yourself, you know what I'm saying? Like, is it better? Like, is that freedom? But I feel you though. As long as you're being kind with yourself, I'm all for it. Yes. Okay. All right. So, yeah. So some people said that I was complaining by and saying that I was being unrealistic by challenging and pushing back on the social norms, like the societal norms that we put on ourselves. You have to go to college. You have to. And no, this is no disrespect to those who are in college or have a college degree, but you have to go to college. You have to, own a home. You have to get married. You have to have kids. Like you have to do X, Y, and Z in order to be like a person who is respected, a respectable person. And they were saying, well, too bad, suck salt. You just got to get over it and do it. And I'm just kind of like, I don't agree. I don't agree. And I'm trying to live in a different reality for myself to the best of my ability, right? And the question that this whole conversation made me, I guess, think about was, what do folks really mean when they say that their dreams are unrealistic? When people say, this dream is unrealistic. Oh, hey, Albert, welcome. When people say, this dream is unrealistic, what does that really mean? And we're going to get into that. Hi, QB, welcome. My unrealistic dream is to have at least 5 sources of passive income. The hard work hasn't given what it should have gave. Listen, okay? We're told if you work hard, you'll have X, Y, and Z. And for a lot of people, that's not the case. They working hard, but they got more month at the end of their check. You know what I mean? So I feel you. Yes, amazing. She's amazing. I have always wanted to live in Asia, and for many years, I was told that I need to be realistic. Now everyone is doing it, and I am more than a little pissed that I listened to my elders. Yeah. We're going to talk about that too, right? Let's see. Oh, okay. What they really mean is that it's a bit unattainable to them, so they are hard-pressed to see anyone else doing that. Yes. Hold on one second. Absolutely. Hopefully you can hear me. Okay. Hopefully you can hear me. But yes, that part. And we're going to talk about that too, right? Because a lot of the limitations that we think we have are just projected limitations from other people. Hi, Tasha. Welcome. It's so good to see you. Hi. Okay. All right. So let's get into it. Okay. So the question that I asked is, what do folks really mean when they say that their dreams are unrealistic? A lot of people who tell me that my dreams are unrealistic, what they're really telling me is that I should give up hope, that I should not have hope. And the truth is that when people have your hope, they have you. Once they have your hope, like once they have your wanting for more or different, they have you. And so you don't have to hope to change anything in your personal life. Once you don't have hope, you have no hope to change anything in the world around you, right? And the powers that be have convinced you that you can't have hope for the better or for different. And so it's like bondage, right? It's bondage. It's like, yeah, I want to do this thing, but someone is saying, no, you can't do it. Don't even try. Don't even dream. And so you stop lifting your hand, right? You stop trying. You stop reaching for things. And so the world, honestly, at the end of the day, is trying to convince us to give up our imagination. Essentially, like when people say your dreams are unrealistic, it means that they want to take away the ability for you to imagine a different reality, a different career, a different person, a different location, whatever it is. They want you to stay stagnant and not even just be comfortable in it, because if you were comfortable in there, you would have no want to move or do different. They want you to stay complacent, not comfortable, yeah. So yes. Sorry. You're so therapeutic for me. You speak my language. Oh, yay. Like you get me. Oh, that makes me happy. I don't come across many people like you. I dream of having a village of people that make sense to me. That's awesome. I love that. Yeah. Oh, yay. I'm glad. And your imagination is literally it literally is healing. There's so much power in your imagination. Glam for Breakfast says, I used to want to open my own salon right out of beauty school, and I listened to others and worked at other salons, and now I don't even like doing hair that much anymore. Oof. Yeah, I understand that. Complacent is the word. Yeah. They want you to say broken like them. That part, right? And even when we say that, I still do have, I have empathy for people who have not pursued their own dreams, and because they haven't done it, or they were too afraid, or maybe they experienced failure, or maybe they got stung, right? Then they're trying to protect us, or they're trying to, because some people can be well-wishing and they're limiting our beliefs and our imagination, but it's harmful. It's still harmful. And what we want to do is to be able to do our thing, and hopefully they see us doing our thing and have permission and develop courage to dream again. Hi, Jessica Jess. Welcome. My dream is to own a world-renowned racing track, major sponsors for catering to women who love cars. Ooh, and car enthusiasts of color. I love that, and I think that can happen. I'm going to be honest, I'm not into cars, but after talking to a few RV camp owners, there are a few black people who really love that. So I say that the market is there. I say do it. Okay. Let's see. Yes. All right. So, okay. Why are we told to be realistic when men are taking joyrides to outer space? This was the question I asked myself. Men are out here taking joyrides into outer space, right? Like, and they're telling me that me dreaming of being a singer and a songwriter is somehow unattainable. Like, it's not possible, right? And so what it really showed me is that there is rules on who is allowed to dream and who's not, right? So Jeff Bezos, for example, can be so unrealistic that he demands machine labor from human beings to fund his fantasies, to ride into the, not even sunsets, ride into space, right? So like, if a person told you, yeah, I want to take joyrides into space, they're going to tell you, oh, I can think of a few reasons why that's not possible. One, you haven't passed any tests with NASA, right? You're probably too old. I mean, there is an age limit, I think, for going into space because of like health reasons and things like that. So I don't even think it's like ages. I think it's like for safety. There are age restrictions, health restrictions. People train for years to go out into outer space. This man said, I'm going to forget all of that and go for fun because I can, because I'm a billionaire, right? Like, so we're telling ourselves that we can't do the thing, but people out here have the audacity to do what they want to do and do it in a way that is harmful to other people, right? And so again, it shows like who determines who gets to be realistic and unrealistic. Who does it benefit for you to lose your imagination? Not you, right? It harms you. It harms and deprives your people and the people you're supposed to be serving. And we just lay down and take it. We say, oh, that's not real, whatever, forget it. That's silly. That's a silly idea. But we're literally living in someone's silly idea. Like, our reality is literally somebody's dream. Even if it was sinister, right? The dream of enslaved Africans and oppressed native folk and all that stuff is from someone's imagination. And they just have the audacity to take the step and do the thing. Not saying that you should like be following their footsteps, but what I'm saying is it's possible for you to chase your dream because other people have done it and they've shown that it's possible. And so the world we live in right now, again, is made out of someone's imagination. So when I made those videos about Black excellence and the American dream, a lot of people called me unrealistic. And so at first it angered me, but then I realized that these people don't have imagination themselves. So the reason why they're telling me that my ideas are unrealistic is because they think that about their own ideas. And instead of being angry, I was able to be, you know what? I feel sorry for you. And I don't mean that in a way that's condescending. I'm being serious. Like, I feel sorry that you can't dream. I feel sorry that you don't have imagination. That you don't give yourself the ability to imagine something different. When people are telling me, well, this is a capitalistic society and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, why can't we put our heads together and come up with a different society? If we're living in someone's reality, why can't we dream up another one? Why is that not possible? And so again, we've been robbed of our imagination at a very young age. So it's going to be hard to get it back. It's going to be hard to get it back. And so the question I ask is, what even is real? What constitutes something being realistic and unrealistic? There are things that are real, right? Like, I'm real. I mean, somebody might argue that I'm not. This is real, right? Like, I'm holding on to this thing. I know it's real. But sometimes what's real to me isn't real to you, right? And so the possibility of a better life is real to me. The possibility of a changed situation, a changed culture is very real to me. But for some people, they have accepted it and have been kind of defeated by it. And they say, oh, you know what? There is no hope. Nothing's ever going to change. It's all going to be the same. You feel me? So other people don't, and that's their reality. But it doesn't mean that I have to put on their reality. And I think sometimes as dreamers, as creatives, as people, a lot of us put on what other people have because we think that it's gonna allow them to accept us, to love us, right? To support us. Nobody wants to feel ostracized. Nobody wants to feel embarrassed. Nobody wants to feel like they're stupid or silly, right? Nobody wants to be called childlike because you're chasing your childhood fantasies. No one wants to be called those things. But the truth is, we're lying to ourselves when we put that stuff on. Those dreams we're afraid to speak, we're afraid to share. They're in there. Like, we think that dreams die. Dreams never die. I have a theory, and I feel like I've heard this from somewhere too before, but I think dreams don't die. They just turn into a cancer, right? Like, the dreams that we say, oh, I'm just going to put it down, they keep haunting us. They keep coming back, right? They're not going nowhere. Like, they eat at us. They make us more critical of ourselves and other people. They make us envious and jealous, right? Because I don't think envy is necessarily a bad thing. I think that sometimes we envy people again, as a sign to say, I want to do that thing, or to say, this person has the audacity to do that thing. And instead of feeling like, oh, forget her or forget him, right? We can take that as a permission slip to be like, you know what, if this person did their thing, I can do my thing too. There's enough room for all of us. It's not a competition. You know what I mean? And so we spent a lot of time being indoctrinated with ideas, opinions, and lies of the reality that we now live in. The reality we live in now has been shaped and formed by not just our ideas, but other people's ideas of what's possible and what's not. And so, if someone told you your entire life that you're worthless, you're going to believe it. You're going to believe it. Or if someone tells you that you have to work hard to be worthy, you're going to believe it. That was my story, right? Like, I felt like I had to overdo and overachieve. And in high school, I was making 4.112s or something like that, playing all the sports, doing all the things. And, because I was taught that, oh, I like being praised, right? Like, I'm praised when I am tired. I'm praised when I am overachieving, right? And no one asks me, how are you? Is this sustainable? Nobody worries about that. Like, so that is not even about success. What is success? Is me winning, whatever that looks like, right? And so because I believed that for so long, it became my reality. And then that's why I always experienced burnout and depression and anxiety issues, right? Following these rules that are fake, that aren't even real, but they were real to me. So I give myself grace, of course. Like, I'm not mad at myself. I think I was just doing what I thought I had to do. I was trying to get out, of high school and get, scholarships, and that didn't work out, but here we are. So I think that our reality can be manipulated by our surroundings, right? So we're constantly gaslit, we're constantly lied to, we're constantly told that what we want is only reserved for special people, whatever that means. And I think sometimes what makes people special is their ability to try and not be afraid, not be more afraid of failure or of criticism, right? Not be more afraid than regret and not doing the thing you actually want to do, And so I know the possibility, like I said, is there's a possibility out there for a better life for me. And I'm willing to go for it and take it. But yeah, just be gentle with yourself. This is my whole point. Be gentle with yourself, because I feel like what we've been taught is real is, again, somebody else's idea of what reality is. And we just put it on because we're just trying to survive. We're trying to be loved. We're trying to be accepted, But sometimes that comes to at our detriment, Oh, yay. Wash hands. Yeah. Reality is yours, and that's that. Yeah. You can give it away or keep it for your own. That part. Oh, yeah, I'm glad it's resonating. Oh, Tasha, thank you. That's very generous of you. Thank you so much. Righteous jealousy. Yeah, again, all emotions. I feel like people have weaponized emotions so much. You're emotional. You're sensitive. That's supposed to hurt my feelings. And it did for a long time until I realized, you know what? Sensitivity is my superpower. That's what makes me. And I'm glad that I can feel these things and feel so deeply, because some people can't feel at all, or they put on armor, right? To keep them safe, to keep them protected. And I think that sometimes we try to avoid the bad feelings like sadness or anger, envy, right? But those emotions are just an alarm. They're just telling you that something is off or something is good, or more of this, less of this, please, right? And so I feel like envy is really good for telling you what you want to do. It's really good for seeing yourself. I think where we get caught up at is looking at the other person with jealousy and rage and scarcity. Oh, she can't have it and I can have it too. No, it's you. I used this example before. I'm not going to be envious of anybody climbing a mountain because I don't want to climb a mountain. I'm not interested. I'm not interested in climbing Mount Everest because people die. It doesn't sound fun. But for some people, that's a lot of fun. But I am envious of the artist who is traveling the world and sharing their music, right? And so that doesn't mean anything about them. It just means that I need to do what's in my heart to do. I feel like when we feel envy, something in us wakes up and almost like a likeness. A likeness comes on yes, that's the thing. It's like a mirror. And so I think sometimes that we I can't be envious. I can't be jealous. Yes, you can. It's okay. You don't have to hate the person or harm the person, but just be honest with yourself. That's an opportunity for you to be honest, So yes, high school was exhausting. Well, I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun in high school, but there was also a lot of trauma that I was running from. Yeah, it was fun. But looking back, I was doing a lot. I was doing too much. I was doing way too much. Yeah. Okay, great. I'm glad that you all understand what I'm saying. True, I keep hearing they're waiting on you. Yes, and we're going to talk about that. You were on it. Money, honey, you're on it. Hi. Well, oh, no, that name. But yes. The name. But yes, absolutely. Okay, Cynthia, yes. Hi, Key. Welcome. Let's see. I'm working on a group project in architecture school and made land back a part of my group's work to restore the ecosystem. Okay. For some reason, certain classmates were unable to understand or accept, and I'll wait for the second half. But yes, but welcome everybody. All right, so yes, envy is not necessarily a bad emotion. It just is an alarm system that something is happening. Your body's recognizing something, and go for it. Move in it. Like, lean into the feelings. Don't try to avoid it or lie to yourself and be like, "Oh, I'm not envious." Yes, you are. It's okay. It's okay. I think I made a video about Black women being jealous of each other, and how even when I was younger, when I was younger, I would feel some envy towards other women, and it wasn't necessarily because I was trying to tear them down. It wasn't because, it was whatever. I just felt like because she was shining, there was less room for me to shine, right? That's how it felt. Or if somebody was doing an idea that I had, I couldn't do it anymore. What else? I was never nasty with my envy, but it always came from a feeling of I'm not good enough. And the work that I had to do was just work on myself and my own self-esteem and work through abundance to be like, you know what? There's enough room. There's enough air to breathe for everybody to breathe. It's all good. We can both do the same thing and not compete. You know what I'm saying? So yes. Okay. Yes. So, okay. For some reason, certain classmates were unable to understand or accept the idea of land backed, but easily understood the ideas of hyper development and super blocks. People are definitely conditioned to imagine and dream within limits. For sure. And I think that we're indoctrinated that way on purpose, right? To benefit not us, but the people higher up, right? It benefits them for us not to dream and push back on their harmful systems. It benefits them for us to just like comply and go along with everything, right? And not question things. Like when I put out that video, I was just alarmed at how many people were like, this is how it has to be. Life has to be hard. It has to be rough. Women have to compete. It's just like, who said? Who made these rules? And why are we following them? Where is the handbook that it says I have to do this? And why are we just going along with it? We're just going along with it because that's how it's always been. But it doesn't mean that it has to be that way. It's crazy to think that even in design school, when we're creating futures for 50 years from now, people can label something as unrealistic or too far. It's tiring. Yeah, I couldn't imagine that. I think, especially in that work, especially art and like imaginative work. I think everything is kind of imaginative, but a lot of imaginative work, like a lot of culture changing work, takes time. It takes time. So maybe, yes, in this today, like what is November 7th, 2022 at 7:42 p.m. Is that the right time? Yes, at 7:42 p.m. Maybe it's not possible right now, but if we implement the changes and start slowly changing, we can do the thing. Yeah, that's frustrating. Hey, popcorn. I love it. Okay. Stopping by to say right here has been on repeat. Oh, yay. That's awesome. I'm glad. That makes me happy. Okay. Something that I heard in a dream was there's a you-sized void in the world that only you can fill. That keeps me going when I want to give up, which is often. I love that. And I understand that about wanting to give up. I came in contact with some, not frustration, I guess frustration, discouragement with even creating, like, for videos and stuff like that. It's so easy to get caught up in like the algorithms and the views and all this other stuff that's not really important, stuff that feels good, like for the ego, but not really important. The reason why I'm sharing my messages on YouTube is not for views, right? I'm sharing my messages because I believe it. I believe in it. And I want to share encouragement and love to people. I feel like there's so much mess on the internet, right? Like when I get on the internet, it's just so much drama, so much chaos. You know what I'm saying? Like just so much negativity. And I just feel like we almost get programmed to expect it. And I want people to hear something positive. You know what I mean? Just something nice. You know, you're beautiful. You're amazing. You're doing great, sweetie, right? Like just something nice where I think, you know, and so focusing on the wrong stuff will have us discouraged and off. And so, yeah, like what keeps me going is the comments from people. You know what I'm saying? Like the comments from people confirming that, okay, I'm doing enough. What I'm doing is helpful. What I'm doing is encouraging to people, because that's my heart anyway. And so when people share that, that's one of the best compliments you could ever give me, is that something that I shared was actually beneficial in some way. It might not have changed your life. It might not have solved world hunger and all the problems. But if it allows people to feel just a little lighter, a little happier, I'm good. I'm good, right? So yes. So, and I agree. I agree with what you're saying. Like the reason why you are here is to take up space. Take up space. There is so much room in this world for you. And when you're missing, and I've said this before, when you're missing, we feel it. How I honestly feel, so many people have dreams that they think are unrealistic. So many dreams that people have that are unrealistic, right? That they think are unrealistic, excuse me. It's not. It's possible. They're discouraged from doing it. I feel like there's so much work that needs to be done in the world, but people aren't showing up because they feel like it's unrealistic. But if everybody showed up and took up space, I really believe that the world would be totally different. People would be fed, clothed, right? Not feeling left out. People's lives would change. People would have found a life-saving cure to cancer. I feel like there's a cure, but that's another conversation for another day. Like if people were really on their mission, then the world would be met. The world's needs would be met. That's how I feel. So yes, take up space, do the thing, even if it sounds crazy. Like there are people, literally, we just watched Impractical Jokers. Their lives are completely changed because they have fun and play all day long. And while that might sound frivolous, right? They're just playing jokes on each other. The whole premise of the show is that they play jokes on each other and there's a loser at the end. And they had to punish them with some cruel and funny pranks. But even though I might look at that and say, you know what, that's silly. Why do they get to do X, Y, and Z? But I'm a consumer. I'm watching it and it makes me feel happy. So why don't they get to dream? Like, you following your dream benefits other people too. It's not just about you. When you follow your dream and you feel fulfilled and you're happy and you're joyful, right? You show up in the world joyful and happy and encouraged and powerful. And so when you are taking up space, doing what you're supposed to do, how you treat your family changes, how you treat your fellow man walking down the street changes, how you treat the earth changes, right? When you are in position, when you're where you're supposed to be, the world changes. Your presence, your gift, your dreams change the world. I need you to feel that. It changes the world. These things that you all were listing earlier, nonprofits, we need more of that. We need more work done to serve people. Whether you go the nonprofit route or the for-profit route, you can do it with both, right? Like, but we need more of that work. And we're sitting here being like, oh, that's unrealistic, that's silly. People are waiting for you to serve them. They're supposed to just sit at, and I'm not, this is not a rebuke. I'm talking to y'all as I talk to myself. But people are just supposed to sit around and be like, oh, well, I guess I'm not going to have my needs met because Alecia doesn't want to show up today and serve. You know what I mean? Like, we're sitting on our gifts and our talents. Anyway. Okay. Yes. Okay. It's crazy to think. Okay. Yes, absolutely. Girl, I just want to say I don't trust God spoke to my soul. I was ugly crying while I sent it to all my friends. Oh, I'm glad that you resonated with it. God was dragging me. Okay. God was dragging me. Oh, I'm glad. Oh, thanks. I 100% agree with this. Sidebar, we're going to get back to notes in 1 second. It is okay to quit. It is okay to quit. It is okay to quit. A lot of us are holding on to things because we think like, oh, I've done this for so long, or people are depending on me. I have no other choice, blah, blah, blah. We make up these rules. It is okay to give it up if it's not helping. If it's become a weight and a hindrance and you just hate it, it's okay to quit. It's okay to quit. You don't owe anybody any explanation. And there are some things that you know you don't need to do no more. You just like, why do I keep doing this? Because we've obligated ourselves. But it is okay to give it up. It is okay to give it up. I'll read one more and then we're going to get back to the notes. It says, big on the who made these rules. Yeah. They asked questions of my design that they didn't even have the answers for or solutions for their designs. I started asking the same questions back to make it fair. That's good. That's good that you asked it back. I mean, you know, because, yeah, a lot of people have a lot of things to offer, suggestions to make, but then don't have the solution for it, right? Or they offer criticism, but don't have solutions for it. That frustrates me to no end. Or like if they're willing to be like, let's figure out a solution. I'm fine with that. But if you're just kind of like, I hate it, it's not good. Okay, thanks for your input. I appreciate that. Surrendering can be powerful. It can be. I know it's doable, but not in the tiny car. Okay. Need something I can stand up in. Understandable. In 3 months, I pay off my car and will possibly trade it in for a truck or take that extra pay bills. Yes, congrats though. That's awesome. 3 months to pay off your car? That's me paying off your car. That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. Hey, beautiful people, please show your support by hitting like. Yes, please. If you like it, please like it. If you don't, you can also thumbs down. It's okay. I'm not gonna be offended. I might be a little annoyed, but no, not really. It's okay. You can dislike it if you don't like it. All right. Let's go back to the notes. Yes. Okay. So like I said, a lot of our realities are projected on to us by other people. Because it didn't work out in the way that they wanted to work out for them, it won't work for you. And you should just give it up, right? Or because they are afraid of going against the grain, they'll tell you not to take the risk. And again, like I said earlier, this can be coming from a place of love. It doesn't have to be, doesn't have to have malintent. It could be your parents, because they grew up in a different time than you, being like, you know what, this is risky. I want you to be safe. I don't want you to be, stranded on the street, destitute. I get it. But we don't always have to listen to that. Like we can hear it and be like, I appreciate that. I'll take that note, right? And I'm still going to do the thing. And I hope that you can support me in it. And even if you don't support me, I'm still going to do this thing. Yes. So because a person doesn't want you to realize your brilliance, that could be another reason why they want you to not dream, right? Because it can benefit them. So if you had a friend, for example, and every time you told your friend, yeah, I'm going to start this business. And she's like, I don't know, girl. Like, I don't know what she's talking. I don't know, girl. Like, this sounds risky to me. Don't do it. And then 10 years later, you see her starting her own business. Some people do stuff like that, sadly, because of like, I'm going to eliminate the competition when y'all could have been working together, right? So you have to understand where these limitations are coming from and really ask, who does it benefit for you not to dream? Who does it benefit for you not to try and take a risk? Because 10 times out of 10, it's not going to be you. You're not going to benefit. It might be somebody else. You might calm your parents' fears, your friends' fears, or competition, whatever it is, right? But at the end of the day, you're going to be stuck with regret. And I think for me, the weight of regret is heavier than the fear of the unknown. Because at least if I do fail, if it don't work out, I know what happened and I can try again or do something different. But with regret, that's all you have. But regret doesn't have to be a dead end. What I will say, regret sometimes is just a note. Like, okay, I feel regret. Can I still do the thing that I want to do? Or if I get another dream or a different idea, okay, I don't want to feel that regret anymore and that shame anymore, right? So I forgive myself. I let it go. Let's go for it. I want to believe in myself. I want to see what happens if I commit to the thing. And we live in a world where anything is possible. Anything is possible, but we're convinced that it's not possible for us, that somehow other people are special. But the truth is, you are powerful. Your imagination is powerful, and people know that, right? Which is why they try to stop you from imagining. They try to stop you from dreaming because your dreams are powerful. You're allowing yourself to imagine a reality right now with the fear. Like, your imagination is so powerful that you're imagining failing, you're imagining losing, experiencing pain, right? Like, you're imagining, oh God, what could happen? Like, you're thinking of 10 million things that could go wrong. Your imagination is powerful and it creates the reality in which you live. And because your imagination created those fears, those things that may not ever happen, and you believe that it's going to happen, you don't do the thing. That's how powerful your imagination is. It creates imaginary scenarios in which you don't move, in which you don't take risks. That's how powerful your imagination is, right? And so you're letting your imagination stop you from dreaming too big or going too far. Like I said, you're imagining all the things that could go wrong and feeling them and allowing them the reality to shape, feeling them and allowing them to shape your reality, for ourselves to stop. But what if we use our imagination for good? What if we said, you know what, I understand the risk, but let me think about all the good things that could happen if I do this thing. Let me imagine all the people's lives who might be changed if I show up and start my nonprofit. Let me imagine how happy and blissful I would feel by traveling in my RV, right? Like, can we use our imagination as fuel instead of as like bondage? Our imaginations don't have to be heavy. I think sometimes we fear our imagination because we know how powerful it is. We fear our imagination because we realize we don't have to live like this anymore. That really, the life that we're living, it's on us. It's our own, it's not even fault, but it's our own choice to live the way we're living in fear, to tuck away, Because yes, the danger is present and it's there. It can happen, right? But so could the good things. But we focus so much on the negative. Your imagination can set yourself free. It can set others free. It can create new realities for yourself and for others. It can create some good in the world. We need good. I don't know if y'all seen the news for the past couple of weeks. It's just been, and I feel like the news is like this on purpose. There's good stuff happening in the world, but that don't sell, right? Drama sells, chaos sells, fear sells, right? But like we're fed negativity every single day and we eat that stuff up for breakfast. Literally, people watch the news on their way to work, hearing about who got shot, who got robbed, right? Like who got made fun of in a song. There's constant negativity. The world could use your good. The world could use your good. There are people who are evil, who are using their imagination to harm people. They have the audacity that we don't. And we're questioning ourselves. We're questioning whether or not our things deserve to exist. There are people waiting on your goodness. You know? Your imagination can help you actually enjoy your life. You don't have to live a life that just feels so... There are things in life that we can't avoid. Let me be clear. There are some things that I have to do that I don't like. But there are also some things that I choose to do because I feel like I've always had to do them, when really I can create a different reality for myself, right? Coming down to certain decisions. I know that I can't eat dairy. And I eat that mac and cheese, like maybe this time I'll be okay. And what happens? It's a hit or miss. Sometimes it's okay, sometimes it's not, right? But I can create a new reality for myself by not eating the mac and cheese because I know it causes me pain, right? Like and I know that's a silly example, but it literally down to our everyday decisions. Starting a YouTube channel, right? Somebody mentioned that earlier about that being their unrealistic dream. I'm proof that it's not unrealistic. It can happen. Who am I? I'm just a girl from Maryland talking into a camera. You know what I mean? Like sharing my experiences, sharing what I know or what I'm learning or what I don't know, being open to conversation. I don't present myself as an expert because I'm not. I am not an expert. I'm me, right? And so in this moment, there are 88 people watching. That's enough. Me being myself is enough for 88 people to be like, oh, let's converse and talk amongst each other. Like that's all that's required is your yes. You know what I mean? Your audacity. So again, who does it benefit for you to be unrealistic? Not you. Not you. And again, your dreams don't die. Some people might be thinking, if I don't do the thing, I'll stop thinking about it. If I just put it down and, say that's childish, that's silly, I'll stop wanting to do the thing. That's not going to happen. Some dreams I feel like we're given, and they can either be a benefit or a burden, right? And when we're not using it, it becomes a burden. Like I think about carrying a book bag on my back. If I'm standing in one place with a book bag, it feels so heavy. It feels so heavy. I got to put it on the ground, right? Because I'm not moving. But if I'm walking with a book bag on my back, I can walk longer. You know what I'm saying? I don't really notice it on my back unless like it's really heavy. But if I'm using the things in my bag, giving it away, it gets lighter. The bag gets lighter. I feel like it's the same thing with we're given a bag of gifts, of dreams, of ideas, and we're just lugging the stuff around and it's so heavy. It's so heavy. And then we feel weighted down. We feel burdened. We feel like we're not good enough. Like we feel all these negative feelings because we're supposed to be giving out our gifts. They're not supposed to be for us to hoard. They're supposed to be for us to give out freely, lovingly. You know what I mean? For us to just show up. Okay. Like I said earlier, dreams, they eat at you, right? So like I said, you become bitter, envious, self-critical, full of regret, critical of other people. Like there's a reason why people are like, look at her. She thinks she's cute, right? And I want to be like, you cute too, sis. We ain't got to do that. We don't have to do that. You're cute too. And I think we really believe that only some people get to be whatever word, cute, talented, respectable, successful, right? And that we have to meet some other standard that they didn't have to meet to get there. You know? Let's see what y'all are saying. I hope what I'm saying is making sense. You can't when everything is for profit. Yeah. But you can create your own reality in that. And it might take work. It might take some, new ways of thinking. Like there are so many ways that people are hacking even money, for example, right? Like, yes, you need money to live, but do you need as much as you think you need? There are some people who are house hacking, whether that be, living with friends. Shout out to the upgrade, right? Kiki. Whether you're house sitting, shout out to Stephanie Perry. Like there are people moving out of the country. Shout out to Rashida Dow. Shout out to Piggy Girl Travels the World. Like there are people who are figuring out how to live a life on their own terms outside of what we've been taught is realistic. You know what I mean? Like realistic or what you're supposed to do, you know? Sometimes it's okay to try something, realize it's not for you and walk away. Yep. It's the regret of not trying that eats you up. We shouldn't be so hard on ourselves. Exactly. Some of us have dreams that are just markers. They're just a post to say, go this way, right? We think the dream is to become a singer like Beyonce. I don't know why I keep bringing Beyonce up, but be a singer like Beyonce. Like, she is the pinnacle of success. And then you start walking towards that goal and realizing, actually, I don't like this and I'm going to go this way and teach people how to write songs. And now you're the happiest person on the planet, right? But you would never get there if you didn't take that first step towards the dream you thought you had. I really do think that some dreams are just a beckoning to be like, come this way. You're interested in music? Like, let's talk. Let's figure this out. So I totally agree. I truly believe all the things that we're told is unrealistic. Someone put out there is doing it. Yeah. There's nothing new under the sun. Nothing. Says the wisest king that ever lived. Agreed. If I have a dream of doing something, somebody else had that dream too, and probably already did it. And I could probably follow in their footsteps and figure out how to do it just like them. Or, do it in their way, but figure out how to do it my own way, Hey. Oh yeah, I'm glad. That makes me happy. Passion is key. You have to really love what you want to accomplish and know why you're doing it. Yes. To push through the process of obtaining it. I'm lessening the feeling it's not obtainable. I'm learning. Lessening the feeling is not obtainable. Yeah, no. It's not. Feel your feelings. It's okay to feel. You're human. You have a wide range of feelings. From anger to bliss. I don't even know if anger is the opposite of bliss. Anger is like the reaction to hurt, right? So like, whatever. People say sadness is the opposite of happiness. I think that it's not even like a gradient. I think it's just different things. And they're all connected, right? A lot of people say that we need the rain to appreciate the sun. I don't know if I need trauma to appreciate joy, but I understand the sentiment. And I do think that every emotion is beautiful. Every emotion is beautiful in its own way. Okay. Yes, there's a cure for cancer, but we know why out there. Hello? We know why. Oh, thank you. My Cash App is $. I'll type it. Let me see. $Alecia Renece. Yeah. Okay. On you fulfilling your dreams changes the world. Yes. They say one bad apple ruins the batch, but when growing pineapples, they throw ripe blueberries into the fields to make the pineapples ripen too. Ooh, I didn't know that. That's cool. That makes sense. Yay, welcome. Welcome, Cheryl's chatting. Love your content so much. I'm rooting. Thank you. That means a lot. Yes, and root for yourself. Listen, your biggest supporter should be you. I believe it. Why not? Why not it be you? Okay. I wish more people would see their light. Oh, who's light? What's happening? I feel like I missed something. Yay, I'm glad you're here. Okay. That's happened to me with friendship I supported, but it wasn't returned. It's hard finding friends that genuinely support and want to see you win. It's sad. So I did I did a podcast with Marcus and Marquita. Don't know if both of y'all are here. But I did one with them last weekend. And I am so blessed to have friends like them that we just don't compete. Like there's no need. We support and we show up big. You know what I mean? Like there's no sense of like what? Like the idea of competing with my friend is crazy. It don't go there. I'm so sad that that's been your experience. That sucks. Like friendship, there should be no room for competition in friendship. No, that's not real friendship to me. But yeah, I understand. I feel like a lot of people have that experience. And I've had this experience with other friends and we're not friends anymore. Couldn't do it. Sharing this on social media, Facebook with, oh yay. Awesome. I'm glad. Yeah. Fear of success is a thing. Fear of success is a thing. It's one of my fears. I think I'm going to go through I'm probably going to do a live on each kind of fear that I experience. And I would love to hear your fears as well. But I think the idea of fear of success is, for me, the root of it is like the fear of letting people down. I fear people enjoying my stuff, which sounds crazy. I fear people, like when I get a compliment, I'm getting better at taking compliments. Because my first thought is, oh God, what if I let you down, right? But my goal is not to, and that's the people pleaser in me that I'm trying to get rid of. My purpose for being here on this earth is not to please people. My purpose on earth is to be myself. And there are people who don't like me because I am myself, right? And I felt for a long time that, oh, that means that there's something wrong with me, right? And it's like, no, those just aren't your people. Focus on your people. Your people will get it. Some will get it and some won't, okay? And those that get it will get it. And we move forward, you know? So that's for me. The fear of success is like, what if I can't maintain it? What if I let people down? What if I lose something? You know what I mean? Like, people are so fickle. Like, humans are so fickle. Today they're praising somebody. Tomorrow they're like wishing death upon them. You know what I mean? Like, it's really weird. And I think at the end of the day, a lot of my fears come down to the fear to the fear of man, which is wrong. Fearing people's opinions about me. A lot of it comes down to that. So yeah. All right. Use your imagination as fuel, not as bondage. Yeah. Listen, your imagination is powerful. I literally, when was this? Yesterday and today, I sat in my car and I just imagined. I wrote down, Alecia, what do you dream of? What do you think about? Like, what do you want to create? What do you want it to feel like? So I'm planning on moving to Playa del Carmen. I think at some point, we'll see. We're going to move to Playa del Carmen, period. And I was giving myself permission to write about what I want my life to be there. What I want my life to be like when I get there, right? What do I want to do? What do I want to eat? What do I want to hear, feel, smell, taste? Like, what do I want to experience when I go? And when I was writing that stuff, it felt like I was really there. Like, it felt like I was really there. And I think when we give ourselves more permission to dream and to do more things, like, you start to feel amped up, like, you can do this. I can do this. Instead of imagining the worst thing possible, imagine the best case scenario. You know? So yeah, okay. Yay. I'm glad. That's awesome. That makes me happy. That makes me really happy. No cheese. Okay. Listen, and the older I get, the worse it gets. And I just be like, let me just try. Let me just try a little bit more and then be mad as I don't know what. Not good pain. That's funny. It's like, it tastes so good going down. Coming out though, not so much. Hey, PG County. Yay. Yes, I am from PG County. I went to Largo High School. So I don't know if you know where that is, but yeah. Oh, snap, you from Yes, I am. Hey, shout out to Baltimore. Marylanders. Woo, woo. We're like the forgotten state. I don't know what it is, what it is about it, but I have cousins in Georgia, in Florida, and like Savannah, Atlanta, like around that area. And when they asked me one year, they were like, where do you live? And I said, Maryland. They were like, where's that? I was like, oh, ouch. The South don't claim us. The North don't claim us. We just out here on our own. Okay. So shout out to the Marylanders. Powerful info and right on time because I've been moved, to take a break from truck driving to pursue my life calling. That's awesome. Congrats to you. That's awesome. And truck driving that's a difficult job. Shout out to you. Yes, you are cute. Yes. Hi, AP Demo. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. My favorite saying is, why not me? Yes. Why can't I be the first in my family, friend group, etc.? Yes. Why not me to start something new? Why not me to succeed at it? Exactly. Why not you? Why not? All emotions are the same in different amounts. Ooh. I'd love to hear more about that. That sounds profound. You are quite Alecia. Oh, I want to hug you. Oh, hug. I'm a hugger. I am. Oh, yay. That makes me happy. Okay. I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to. The truth is, I've been afraid to dream or even be nice to myself. I feel like I have to be harsh to myself and prime myself to be let down. It's time to change. Yes, I agree with you. And can I share something with you, Cheryl? I had this thought when I was walking in the park last week. And, so I'm walking on a trail around the park that I go to. And everybody was running. And I was like, dang, should I be running? And I was like, I don't want to run. I don't want to be rough with myself. I like walking. And I cover the same ground even though I'm walking. There's a point to this, right? But I think that for a lot of us, we have been taught to be violent towards ourselves and unkind to ourselves because we live in a world that is unkind to us, right? So we live in a world that is very unkind, or I guess the Western world here specifically. We live in a Western world that is very cruel and unkind. And I think that we think sometimes the opposite, like to fix that, is to be even more difficult and harsh with ourselves. And really, it's the same side of this. It's a different side of the same coin. So, for example, because the food is so bad here, right? Because, we're sedentary for the most part. We feel like to fix that, to remedy that, we have to go all in, work out 3 times a day, eat really like strict diets and things like that, when both of it is violent. But like running ourselves into the ground, pushing ourselves until we can't do no more, that's like, it's violent. And again, this is just my own thought. I was just walking and thinking about that. Like I think it was like 2 weeks ago. And I was really sitting there like, I think that we've been trained to even be violent with ourselves when we're trying to remedy the problem, And so we're trying to be like, I gotta be a go-getter, no sleep, hustle culture. Like, we gotta make it and all these different things. It's all violent. It's all cruel. It's all hard when we really deserve softness. We deserve to be nice to ourselves and be like, you know what, Alecia, you walk 5 miles a day. You did that thing. You know what I mean? Or, Cheryl, like, you got up, you got dressed, you took a shower. Good job. Right? Like, it could literally be that simple. I really do believe that we can be kind to ourselves. There's no requirement for us to be kind to ourselves. You know what I mean? So I hope that made sense. But yes, I believe in you, and I believe that you can change and you can start being kind to yourself, and you will thank you for it because you hear your words. When we're kind to ourselves, our lives change. Our lives change. We take more chances. We're kinder to other people. Like, when we have that kindness for ourselves, we're kinder, more forgiving, loving to other people. So yeah, like, it does start with us. It does. I believe we dream the dreams you dream because they are ours to achieve. Yes. I also believe we need to peg our core values as we pursue them. Yes. A life aligned with values is where bliss is. Oh, yay. I'm glad you love my work. That makes me happy. Burr, 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 burr. Yay. You're a light. You're amazing. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Me too. I don't like competition. I really don't. I don't. Okay. Let's go back to the notes and I'll come back to the chat. Okay. Excuse me. Don't know if y'all want any ASMR tea sipping. But all right. Yes. Okay. Like Carrie Ann just said, I wrote down, I said, my dreams are gifted to me because it was meant for me to seek it, carry it out, and do it my own way. So even the dreams that I have, right, that look like other people's, there's a lot of people who feel like, oh, she's doing or he's doing what I'm already doing, so I can't do it anymore. Or they're doing what I want to do, but I can't do it because they're doing it. No one can do it like you. And I know that's cliche, but it's true. Nobody has your perspective, your mind, the way that you process things, right? When we give ourselves the ability to be ourselves, right? We are very different, even from our brothers and sisters, our parents. We're different people. And so we have something different to offer the world. So even if person A and person B have the same dream, how it's fulfilled will look totally different. Or maybe it'll be a partnership, right? Like, our dreams are given to us as a gift, but we have to give it to other people. And so I wrote down, I believe if I can dream it, it means it's real to me. If I can dream it, I can have it. I can do it. I can see it. God didn't give me this big old imagination for nothing to just be wallowing and thinking about the worst case scenario. No, like, my imagination is a gift. It's huge. And so there's a reason why we dream the things that we dream. Like I said, I don't dream of scaling Mount Everest. I don't. I don't really want to do that. I don't. But that is someone else's dream. I don't dream of becoming a doctor, but that dream is for somebody else. I don't dream of chasing tornadoes. Shout out to Twister, right? But that's somebody else's dream. Somebody is fascinated with tornadoes. I want to be as far away from a tornado as possible. But some people are like, no, we got to run towards the tornado. That intrigue, that interest was given to them for a reason. And that's why we have meteorologists and whatever the name is for people who study tornadoes, right? Like, that's why we have that information, because somebody followed their dream and their interests and their callings to benefit us. So yes, they were interested and curious, but now we have whole like weathermen on every single station telling us about the weather, because people were like, oh, what happens? Why is it raining like this? And this kind of rain is different, or these kind of clouds are different, right? Some people are very taken with that. And that is their gift. That is their dream. And it benefits all of us. So now we know, oh, I need to take an umbrella. Even though I will say, I feel like the closer we are with nature, the signs are there, right? Like, the air feels kind of weird, kind of moist. Smells like rain. Like, there are things that we ignore, but these people are like studying the thing, like why it happens, why it does this, you know? So anyway, yeah, so there's a reason why we're drawn to the things we're drawn to. But my dreams are a gift to me because it was meant for me to seek it, to carry it out and do it my own way. And so, excuse me, I find that our dreams actually line up with our interests and desires and passions, right? So passions could also be something, I heard Mel Robbins say this, passions are what energize you. So what is my passion? What do you feel energized around? Like, what makes you go like, yes, like I get to do this thing. Is it writing? Is it playing? Is it being with your friends? Is it curating something? Is it making something? Like, what are your passions? Really think about those things. So why do we believe that we're not worthy or capable of doing something, doing the dreams in our own hearts? Why do we believe that? I really feel like because we've been taught to not dream. You know, the way it exists in my mind may be different than the outcome, but these dreams are a guiding post for me. And so I think that if you can think about it, you can do it. You can do it. And yes, I'm a believer, right? So the scripture says basically that God can do like above and beyond what I can ask or think. So that means that the biggest dream that I can think of, God has bigger than that. Right? So like, what is a small, like, and not saying I'm small, but like to God, yes. Like, what is my small imagination to what God can do? To what is possible? God makes the grass grow. Okay? The trees, the bees, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are things that we have to study to figure out. It's like something, and I understand some people don't believe, and that's fine. But understand that what you can imagine, you can do more than that. Because a lot of us can only imagine what we've seen. You ask a kid what they want to be when they grow up, if they only know doctor, lawyer, teacher, parent, right? Whatever their father does, they're going to name one of those 5 things. But once you open your mind and see what's possible, you're like, oh, shoot, I could do that and maybe mix that in there and do something different. So like these dreams that we have, sometimes are just guiding posts to get us to the greater, whatever the greater is, you know? Yes. So in my mind, God created all this, right? And so if I'm a reflection of God and a conduit, then he can make anything happen. God can make anything happen. So who am I to stop my brilliance? Who am I? I also want to say that I believe that calling something unrealistic is a survival tactic. We're afraid. The truth is we're scared, and we convince ourselves that what we truly want or want to do in the world is unrealistic. And so if we say it's unrealistic, we won't do it. If we say it's not possible, the responsibility is taken away from us. We don't have to do the thing anymore because I can't do it. It's not realistic. It's never been done. Forget it, right? It absolves us of responsibility. And so if you say that it's unrealistic, we take the responsibility off of ourselves and put it on the world and the people around us. I can't do it because they said X, Y, and Z. I can't do it because insert excuse here, right? And it's a way out, and we're looking for a way out. And sometimes I understand because we can be overwhelmed with the dream. Like we see the finished version and then we see our resources around us like, girl, how am I do that? God, you want me to do what? With what? With what money? What, what community, what resources, what knowledge? How am I supposed to do all that? It's overwhelming. And so I'd be like, you know what? Forget it. It really is unrealistic at this point, right? For me to do this end goal, this big version of this dream, because what I have right now isn't enough to sustain it. But if I take the approach of taking baby steps towards my dream, right? To be like, okay, maybe I can't do this big thing right now, but maybe I can do a smaller version. In the program that I put on that I'm going to re-release soon or relaunch soon, Get Unstuck and Get Started. The idea was to allow ourselves to dream big, like go all in and then get started. And a lot of ways that we get started is by making a small version of what we want to do so that we can prove to ourselves that it's possible to do the thing. We can prove to ourselves that we can do things. It's like lifting weights, right? Like you start off with small weights. Again, I don't lift weights, so look at my technique. But you start off with small weights. You add more weights on as you get stronger and stronger, right? So you're building up your courage. You're building up your strength. You're building up like your arsenal, your wisdom, right? By taking little small baby steps. And that counts. And that's okay. And that's brave. And that's huge. That's huge. So a lot of us don't know where to start. We look at the complete dream and we're overwhelmed. But we have the seed, right? And so I feel like God gave me this example. But our dream is the seed. Like when you think, I don't have a seed. But when you think of a seed, it's like a pod with the potential in it, right? So when you think of a tree seed, an acorn, walnut, insert tree here. I'm going to end here because I don't know a lot about trees. But if you find a tree, if you find a seed with a tree in it, right? You can't see the tree in the seed. It's just a seed. And so for some people, they'd be like, oh, that's silly. That's not a tree. That's a seed. But when you plant that thing and give it time, space, sunlight, nourishment, and again, time, when you give it community, because I told you I'm still reading the book, The Hidden Life of Trees, and I'm finding out some fascinating things about trees. But anyway, that we can all apply to our own lives. But when you give it time to grow and to nourish and to be nourished and to like spread and grow, like, wow, all that potential came from that seed. Our dreams are the same way. So we might have the little pod, and in it we can see the fulfilled dream, what it's going to look like in a big way, right? But we don't plant the seed and be mad when we don't have the tree. But you didn't plant the seed. You didn't water it. You didn't nourish it. You didn't speak kindly to it. You didn't help it prop up when it broke off. You didn't provide the community that it needed for that dream. You know what I mean? And we get upset. But we killed the seed. I hope what I'm saying is making sense. The potential for your dream is in you, but you have to plant the seed and do the work, right? Work is not a fun word, but you got to do the work and take the steps toward building the tree that is your dream for this example. Yes. So we will water, care for, and tend to our garden over time, and the dream will be realized. Or maybe it won't, right? Every seed does not sprout. Sprout. But then you find a different seed or a different ground. You know what I mean? It's not the dead end. It's not a dead end. It's okay, that's interesting. Let me try something different. So by saying that our dreams are unrealistic, again, it absolves us of responsibility to do it. But the exchange for that thing is regret. And regret is very expensive. It's very heavy, right? And like I said, I'd rather fail than live with regret. Because even though regret is not the end of the road, it's still very heavy. It's still very heavy. So we teach ourselves not to dream because it's risky. But it's also risky to live with regret. If I have a dream, I can dream of 10 million things that could go wrong. But if I don't move on that dream, what I can guarantee you is I'll probably feel regret. I should have done that. Dang. What would have happened if I did? And we spend all this energy and time just chewing on that thing over and over again. When we could be putting that same energy into actually moving towards our goal or doing something different. You wanted to be a model at 25 and now you're 55. Why can't you be a model? Who said? We create these fake, why can't you do it? Maybe regret is saying, hey girl, we still want a model. Okay, cool. Let's do the thing. How can I get started doing the thing? Okay. So again, we teach ourselves not to dream because it's risky. You risk, and the risk is you risk being honest about the fact that you can do different or you can do better. And you risk being responsible for your own life and having more power than you thought you did. The thing is, you're powerful. I really feel like we know we're powerful. But we spent so many years being trained to believe that we're not. So much energy went into us believing that we're not. Starting as a child, when you're a kid, you dream of everything. Different worlds. A blade of grass can be a person, right? We have Barbies and trucks and, we're doing stunt scenes with the trucks and the Barbies and playing out movies and stories and stuff like that. We imagine, we dream as a kid. And then you go into the school system and they tell you, stop dreaming. Stop thinking for yourself. Stop being different. Right? Get in line. What are you doing over here? We're trained and we fear criticism. And so we get in line. We shape up. We put down our imagination. We put down our dreams and our goals. You know what I mean? Because we want to be realistic. And we're realistic from, I don't know what time y'all went to school, but when I went to school, it was 9:30 to 4:10. So for almost 5 hours, you're being taught to not trust yourself, to not believe in yourself, right? You're being taught to betray yourself for 8 hours a day, plus more if you're in extracurriculars or sports or whatever it is, or you do have a before school program. You know what I mean? For 13 years, including kindergarten. It makes sense why we're telling ourselves not to dream. Because we fear not being safe. We fear being seen. We fear being reprimanded. It makes sense. But you're powerful. I feel like sometimes we just have to be reminded of it. And so you risk being, again, you risk being responsible for your own life and having more power than you thought you did, more autonomy than you gave yourself credit for by dreaming or thinking of something different. And you try to avoid the experience of trying and walking towards our dream because of the fear of failure, the fear of who we could become, the fear of the unknown. So we don't dream anything at all. And we quit before we get started. Because the truth is, it's easier to be realistic. It's really a fear of disappointment, I think. It's a fear of the thing not turning out the way that we want it to turn out. A fear of not having control. Like, it's not really about being realistic. It's about being vulnerable. If I don't dream, I can't be disappointed. If I can't hope for something better, I won't be let down. If I don't make myself vulnerable and being honest about what I want, nobody can make fun of me if it doesn't work out the way that I want it to work out. Right? Like, and so we make excuses and say that other people are special and get to try, but we don't. And so even when I think about like the fact that I'm here as a Black American woman, right? My ancestors, somebody dreamed of them being oppressed. The captives, the abusers, the greedy who exist now, they're special, but not you. So they get to be special in all their evil plots and schemes and scams, but you don't get to be special. But they know that you're special because they're trying to control you. They wouldn't work so hard to control you if you were not powerful. Be real. Be real. There would not be so much messaging about, especially Black women, humbling yourself and, you know, all these different things if people did not feel our power. Right? Like, anyway. I'm sorry, that's just like a moment for me just right now. But anyway, so we don't dream of anything at all and we quit before we get started. Like I said, it's easier to be realistic. It's easier. So if these captives, abusers, the greedy get to do it, why not you? The world needs your dreams. The world needs your dreams and your audacity. And the only difference is that they have audacity and you don't. And I have to show y'all this. I was on Twitter the other day and it was a meme. It's better just to show you than to tell you. Let's see. Okay. Because when I saw this meme, I was like, oh my God, it's me. All right, let's see. Present, share screen, Chrome tab, Twitter. Okay. Hopefully y'all can see this. Okay, so I said this is really real for me. But basically, musicians say, what if nobody wants to listen to this, right? This is me, the musician over here. And they're podcasters live right now talking about yes, I'm at the supermarket the other day and this cashier really taking her time. Oh, ish. I hate that, bro. Yeah, I mean, I've got ice cream right on the conveyor belt and she knows it. Oh, ish. I hate that, bro. Like, literally, all they have over me is audacity. That's it. All they have is audacity, the belief that they can take up space and say whatever they want to say. And I'm sitting over here on my hands being like, you know what? No, forget it. Forget it. And not saying we need any more of these like misogynistic, misogynoiristic podcasts. I'm over it. I'm done. It's tired. Hang it up. Right? But saying that you have goodness to share and you're sitting on your hands while people have the audacity to share filth, ridiculousness. And we have imposter syndrome. And I feel like, especially for Black folks, our imposter syndrome is very different than other people's. Like, we're already brought up to believe that we got to work twice as hard to get half as far. And so we're already doubting ourselves and our ability. Like, we're already saying, oh, I don't have what such and such has, so I have to do extra. So I have to make sure that I'm extra qualified, right? And we think like, oh, who am I to do X, Y, and Z? But who are you not to? Who are you not to? I would love to see a face like mine out there talking about stuff that I don't understand. Somebody please explain cryptocurrency to me. Like, I'm joking, but I'm serious, right? And put it in layman's terms in a way that I can understand. A lot of people think, for example, using this as an example, I have to be well-versed, I have to be knowledgeable. Like, yes, you should be knowledgeable if you're sharing wisdom, but I have to present a certain way to be taken seriously. But what about folks like me who don't understand this stuff? People are doubting themselves because they don't think that they're qualified. But really, by them being able to speak in layman's terms, they'll be able to impact and free more people. A lot of the things that we think are hindrances or weaknesses are actually strengths and blessings. People who can take a big concept and break it down to make sense on a very basic level, love them. I love them. Because when I see language and cryptocurrency or like Web3, I'm overwhelmed. It's too much, right? So sometimes we think, and I'm saying this to say that maybe for you, you have a weakness or something you think that is not legit, but really use it to your advantage. There are people out there who talk just like you, who need things broken down in a very basic, understandable way. You know? Okay, so the question I have for you is, why do you get to rob us in the world of your gifts, your visions, and your dreams? Elon Musk, again, is taking joy rides into outer space, but your dream is unrealistic? No, it's not. It's not. I'm also at this point, it's crazy. So right now I'm reading Rest is Resistance by Trisha Hersey from the Nat Ministry. And everything she's saying in her book, I'm like, yes, this is what I've been saying. This is what I've been and this is what I've been thinking. This is what I have been trying to, express and convey. And so please check out her book. Let me actually share the link with y'all. I'll share it with you at the end. But basically, her book is amazing. It's reinforcing what I believed. And had she not put that book out there, somebody like me would think that they're crazy and be like, no, maybe I do have to grind. Maybe I do have to hustle. Maybe there is nothing to this thing. Maybe this is how it has to be. Her whole ministry is about napping. I mean, it's more than just about napping. But her ministry is called the Nap Ministry. Somebody would say that's unrealistic. That don't make no sense. But her work is freeing people. Her work is freeing people because she had the audacity to be like, you know what? Forget y'all. I'm going to follow the dream, the literal dream in her heart. The literal dream. So, yes. So she confirms what I've been feeling and trying to put into words. And so when she was speaking, my soul was screaming. So I'm listening to it on audiobook and I'm like, yes, this is amazing. And so, and she's been saying some things really that stick out to me. So when people talk about what's not realistic, she talked about Harriet Tubman, for example. And she talked about how, yes, back then, Harriet Tubman being free, right? Running to freedom, setting other people free, then going back and doing it over and over and over again. Somebody would call that unrealistic because it makes, based on the literal limitations back then, sounds crazy, sounds unrealistic. The fact that a black woman who was enslaved, who also has a disability, right? But at the same time, her disability is also her gift, because she says when she, Harriet Tubman had narcolepsy, and so she would fall asleep and get visions from God. People would say that's crazy. That'll make no sense. And yet, here we are studying someone who was unrealistic and still did the thing anyway. And again, not saying obviously times are different, yes, but in my mind, when I think of Harriet Tubman and the greats, right? When I think about her, I think about, wow, how much bravery when your life is literally at stake. Your life is literally can be taken just like that, and still having enough faith to do the thing anyway. If she can do that, I can show up live on YouTube. Not to compare, listen, I'm not trying to compare, but seriously, think about, if she could do that, I can sing a song. If she can do that, I can move out the country. If she can do that, I can be who I want to be in the world. I can start the nonprofit. I can do X, Y. If she can do that, risk her life, I can do it. I can do it. And we have these greats to look up to, and the greats that are living today to see as proof. There is beauty that happens. There is beauty that occurs when you do follow your dream. Yesterday I had an interview with Asia from Black Outside and from Black Girls Camp, and she literally, she was talking about Harriet Tubman herself, right? And her dream of bringing black people in the diaspora outdoors, getting them prepared for emergencies and things like that. Some people might say that's unrealistic. We have no, there's nothing going to happen here, right? You're just a doomsday prepper or whatever. It's no, but she's helping people and starting and doing a business with the work that's in her heart, right? So again, I truly believe that when we read these stories and be like, wow, that's amazing for them, but not for us, when really they're permission slips. We're reading amazing stories of people doing amazing things, and we take it as a reason to not do it, when really it should be a reason to do it. If such and such can do it, I can do it too. I can do it too. And in a different way, or doing something totally different, because everybody's gift is not the same. Everybody's gift is not the same. So not just with Harriet Tubman, but again, people we see every single day. We live vicariously through people all the time, and it's not healthy. I made a Facebook status in 2010, I think, and it read, I vow. to never live vicariously. I vow to never live vicariously. Have not kept that promise to myself though, but I'm changing that this year, today. Not this year, like 2023, but today. I vow to never live vicariously through anybody. All the dreams I have, I'm promising myself that I'm going to do it. I'm giving myself permission. I'll probably make a different video about this too, but the picture of me is downstairs. I have a picture of myself saved as my screensaver on my phone. And let me show y'all. And the reason why I have this screensaver is because I'm doing it for her, right? I don't know if y'all can see this. This is me. I don't know if y'all can see. That's me. Like, and this, when I see this, I just want to weep. And I might. But when I see this, I think about myself at that age and how many dreams I had and ideas and visions, how much like audacity I had, how much courage. And I spent a lot of time telling that girl, you can't do the thing. It's not possible. It's not realistic. Imagine if you have kids, telling your kids that what they want to do is unrealistic. Isn't that cruel? Isn't that mean? Like, you can't do that. I'm sorry. That's the limit. No. It's special for her, but it can't be for you. I spent a lot of time telling my child self, which is me today. I'm still that person. Telling her, you know what, girl, that was special for them, but not for you. Who do you think you are? Right? Just being really mean to myself. And it's like, I deserve all of that. I deserve to have audacity. That little girl had amazing dreams and dreams I'm still holding on to today that people told me was unrealistic. I want to spread, I told y'all before, that my dream is to give love for a living. I just want to love people for a living. Spread love, encouragement, joy. I'm doing that now. You know, whether I'm doing it on YouTube, whether I'm, taking pictures of people and reminding them of how beautiful they are, whether I am holding programs and helping people reach their dreams and telling them you can do it, cheering them on. That's what I'm doing. It may look different than what I imagined as a child, right? Like, I imagine standing on a corner and giving people hugs, like that's not safe, but like, I'm still doing the thing. And those dreams deserve to be honored because they're valid and they're important. Okay. Yes. So, like I said, we live vicariously through people every single day, calling them special, not believing we're special like them. But you are special like you. You don't have to be special like them. You special like you. And the world is waiting on you. The world needs you. It's waiting for you to take up space. Your unrealistic dreams aren't for everybody. Everybody ain't gonna get it. Everybody's not gonna like it. Everybody's not gonna be here for it. And it doesn't matter. They're not the people you're supposed to serve. Maybe eventually, but not today. Who are the people that you want to serve? The people who get it. The people who aren't gonna make you validate yourself or validate your vision. It's like, no, I get it too. Me sharing my dreams with y'all is actually really therapeutic for me too, because y'all like, okay, good. I'm not alone. I'm here. And that does work for me. That helps me. So you don't need validation from others to pursue your dreams. You don't. But I'm going to give you a permission slip anyway. You have permission to chase your dreams. You have permission. Some people don't have the vision for it or the stomach for it, and it doesn't mean you should stop. Some people will project their perceived limitations and fears on you, but you don't have to accept it. Your dreams were given to you for a special reason. We try so hard sometimes to validate our ideas with other people, and they don't have the range because they weren't given the vision. It's not because there's something lacking in them or there's a deficit. Sometimes it's not fear. Sometimes it's just they don't have it. They don't get it because it's not for them. They might not be your target audience. Your best friend might not be your mom, your coworker, your spouse, your whatever. Your best friend. Like, listen, they might not be your target audience. And it doesn't mean that you shouldn't get it. It means that you can still love them and still serve people or still do the thing or show up or move, whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do. Yes. Your dreams, again, were given to you for a special reason. Someone is missing out on the benefits of you chasing your dreams. I'm going to be honest. I get scared, like I said. But reading comments about how people's lives have been impacted for me sharing things by just being myself keeps me on track. Keeps me showing up. Keeps me going. Because sometimes as a creator, I'm going to be honest. When you feel like your work doesn't resonate or you feel like you put your heart and your soul into something and people just don't get it, you be like, dang, am I stupid? Am I dumb? Am I talented anymore? Right? Like you're literally, it's like just whatever. You're self-destructing. You can if you're not careful. It's really easy to spiral. But the people who get it and keep showing up and be like, I get it, girl. I'd be like, okay, girl, we're going to keep on going then. Right? Like we might only get 20 views on this. We might only get one comment. But as long as the person's like, I get it. I'm like, okay, whew, great. Because I don't want to overstay my welcome. That's one thing. I want to be able to move on when it's time to move on, whatever that means. Okay. But yes. Sometimes it's easier to think of how beneficial it is to chase your dream. Sometimes it's harder, to think of how beneficial it is to chase your dream. But thinking about the benefits keep you chasing, keep you grounded. For example, one of my dreams is buying land and allowing people to grow their food and live in tiny homes. That's one of my dreams. Eventually, when I get the coin, that's what I plan to do. Have like a community garden and have lessons where people can learn how to like eat well and share resources, all that good stuff, right? But I don't have it right now. And so I might be saying to myself, no, that's unrealistic. But then I look at the people who are struggling to buy homes and I'm like, no, we need this. It keeps me going. It keeps me keeping the main thing. And so I truly believe that it's an evil thing for the world to discourage you from dreaming. It's evil. It's evil. So again, I ask you, if you have not shared, what are your unrealistic dreams? For those of you who just might be joining us, welcome. I would love for you to share your dreams. Set it free. Be honest. Be vulnerable. This is a safe space, okay? A lot of y'all have other screen names anyway. We don't know where you are, where you live. We don't know your friends. But allow yourself permission to speak the dreams that are in your heart. Be real about that thing. I feel like that's the first step to dreaming, is being honest. I want to do X, Y, and Z. And it is realistic. It's possible. And I want us to be able to affirm that for each other. So are your dreams really unrealistic? Let's be real. Are they really unrealistic? A lot of the dreams y'all listed, talking about starting nonprofits and YouTube channels and moving into your RVs and different kinds of things like that. People are doing that today. That's not unrealistic. Like, who is it unrealistic to? To whom? Why is it unrealistic? Why? Can you do it your own way? Like, if you don't want to do it big like another person or do it the way that another person is doing it, can you do it your own way? Right? And can you do it without focusing on folks that don't get it? The folks that get it. Don't focus on folks who honestly don't matter. Don't allow them to kill your dreams, to kill your seed. All these people even are the people that we're asking and consulting, are they following their own dreams? Hello? Are they following their own dreams? Or are they fearful too? We're looking for confirmation for people who are scared themselves. And then wondering why we don't have confidence. We're consulting the wrong people, and it's not a knock on them. It's literally like they need encouragement too. So we're just going to be scared together and be like, no, if you don't do the thing, I'm not going to do it either. Okay, cool. We're safe. Let's not do it. No. Like, y'all can cheer each other on. Are the people that you're consulting, this is an honest question you have to answer, are they selfish or envious, or are they competitive? Do they feel like only their dreams can be actualized and realized? How can you start with your dream today? So, like I said, I know, Barbara, you don't have to do it. I get it. Listen, I get it. But like, if you want to start camping in your vehicle, my husband and I, like we camped in our Prius. It was very tight. It was very tight, very limited space. But it was fun and it was great. And I can't wait to share that with y'all. But it was a lot of fun. And we did it our own way. We stayed in hotels too. Like at first I was like, is this not real? If we stay in a hotel, girl, who said we got to stay in the car the whole time? Do it your own way. It still counts. You know, say it, write it down, figure out the small step to start. And the question I really want to leave you with is, who gets to decide whether your dreams are realistic or not? Who gets to have control and power over your life? Who should that be but you? Why not you? Why can't your dreams be realized? The limitation of what is realistic and what isn't is so personal. It's so personal. And what is that quote from like Henry Ford, I think? Again, I'm going to butcher this, but like, whether you can or you can't, it's true, or something like that. I really do believe that some people cannot because they will not. They cannot do the thing because they will not give themselves permission to do the thing. So for them not being able to do it is true only because they won't let themselves do the thing. But that can be changed. They have the potential to do it, but can they? Will they? That's a different question. That's a different question. We create our own realities with our words, our thoughts, and our actions, or inaction. We create our reality. So by affirming this becomes true to you. If you say, I can't do it, you're going to believe that you can't do it. If you say it's too big, you're going to believe that it's too big. If you say it's too hard, you're going to believe that it's too hard. It's going to be true. But you have the power to change that. What would happen if you actually gave yourself permission to be unrealistic? for a day, for an hour, for 10 minutes. If you sat at your journal or your computer, whatever, or just thinking, if you allowed yourself to dream unrealistically, what's the worst that could happen? That you realize that you want something different? The worst that could happen is that you discover that you have desires that you haven't dealt with, you haven't faced, that you haven't given yourself permission to do. Some dreams might resurface if you allowed yourself to be unrealistic. Maybe you'll realize that your dreams aren't so far-fetched after all, that you actually can do the thing. And maybe for some, that's it. They fear that they're able to bring their dreams to reality. And that can be scary in itself. And I think some people avoid dreams for that reason too. If I don't dream, I don't have to try. You know? Or you realize, oh shoot, I can do this. Right? So what is the worst that could happen? Like we talked about in our previous video, if you allowed yourself to be unrealistic. Is what you want to do really that unrealistic? If you went to Google right now, if you went to Google right now and said, I want to be a nonprofit, this is me typing, I want to start a nonprofit for Black women who are domestic violence survivors. They exist. And or maybe they don't, and you need to create it. You know, that's how I feel. So let me see what y'all talking about. I'm very behind in the chat, by the way. But let me go. Okay. Yes, please do a post of fear, failure, and success. Yes, I absolutely will. Yes. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, we trying to get to Playa. We trying. Whoop whoop. Whoop whoop. Okay. F Doctor, thank you so much. Every success has failures. I think people forget this. I think people think that somebody woke up today and said, you know what, I'm going to be a very successful X, Y, and Z. That's not how that works. Everybody stumbles and falls on their way to success. It's the price you have to pay for success. Because how do you know if something is a success unless you have failed, unless it didn't work out? How do you know? Because even our idea of what success is, that's a good place to start. What does success mean to you? What does that look like? Is success you being happy, fulfilled, impactful, or is success being palatable for other people, right? Like, because sometimes I have failed some things because I needed to be shown that I actually don't want that thing. I'm not doing it for that reason. I failed at that, or I got what I wanted, and that was a failure. I've gotten things I wanted and failed because I'm like, this is actually not it. I missed the mark. I want to be somewhere over there now. You know what I mean? But the only way that you're going to get to where you need to be is by failing. It's by trying. It's by messing up and making mistakes. If we can approach life as one big experiment and it's not such a serious thing. Chasing your dream should be fun. Make it an experiment. When you had to do them experiments, okay? The science fair projects in school. Shout out, okay? Especially the PG, stressful, okay? But it taught me that everything doesn't have to be so serious. We can approach something and say, I think I will enjoy this. Let me try this. Making a hypothesis. So you try it, the trials, right? And you come to the conclusion and you say, I like this. I didn't like this. I like this, but I want to change this, right? That's how then you iterate and change. That's all a science experiment is. And is life not an experiment? I've never been here before. I don't know what I'm doing. I be guessing. I be doing my best. And moving on with the information. We have to give ourselves grace to fail. We are not 705 years old. A lot of us are, if you're 100 years old, that's still young. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have a lot of years under our belts. Give yourself grace and permission to try. You know? Visualization is a super powerful tool for accomplishing goals and moving through challenges. I agree. Woo woo, PG County in the building. Listen, y'all, there's no place like PG County. There's no place like home. Yay. Hey, welcome. Y'all keep Florida in your thoughts and prayers. Oh, no. I'm sorry. We'll definitely keep y'all in prayer for sure. I didn't know that there was another tropical storm. I mean, you're right up at the south, north claim Baltimore. Yes, exactly. The north do claim Baltimore, though. Even though they're still under the Mason-Dixon line. But go off. Yes. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, some more ASMR. Okay. Yes, why not me? Why can't I be the first to have RV live? Yes, exactly. Why not be the first? Oh, shout out to you. 10 minutes from Largo. I was born and raised in DC. Shout out to you, the DMV. We love it. Yes, stay in your lane and run your own race. I have a video from like 2018 about that, about staying in your own lane, and I'm going to reshare it because I think it's really important that we remember that. Yeah, we are very violent to ourselves. We're very unkind and cruel to ourselves. Like, again, because we eat that McDonald's food that's violent and cruel to our bodies, you know, as an example. We be in the gym 3 times a day trying to... No, be gentle with yourself. Like, that's the answer is not violence to fight violence. The answer is the opposite: kindness, softness, gentleness. You know what I mean? So that's just my own thought. Suddenly I want to get my hair done. It's all trauma responses to living in this abnormal society. Exactly. I don't have a PO box yet. I'm trying to work on it. Because this is the second person that's asked me that. But I will try to work on it for sure. Not everyone is nice, but you can be kind to yourself and others. Absolutely. Self-kindness, recommended daily allowance. Ooh, I love that. Fear of success is one of my biggest fears. The possibility of it likely happening makes me really anxious. Yeah. I would not want to be famous. I would rather just be wealthy and keep my privacy and peace. Listen, I used to think I want to be famous. No. First of all, no. I'm an introvert, number one. 2, if I can go to Target without, like, I want to be able to go to Target and people not know who I am. And yeah, like, there are artists out there who are still making art and they're still low key. Like Emily King, for example, love her, by the way. Emily King or Leanne LaHavas or Madison McFerrin. These kinds of artists, I can do that kind of fame. You know, it's like just enough, right? Just enough to pay the bills where I can pass somebody and I'm like, that look like such and such, but it's not gonna be like, oh my God, you know what I mean? So you know, that's not. I need my peace too. I need to like tuck away and not do anything and nobody talk to me for a little bit. Yeah. I promised myself I would ease into the soft life. I've been so unkind to myself. Yeah. I want to spend my time pouring into me. I love that. That's what I'm trying to do. This season I'm actually in is like a restful season, which I'm learning that I'm not very good at. I'm not very good at resting. So let's start there. But yeah, being kind to myself is almost like antithetical to like what I've been taught. It's all about go hard, go all in. Nah. Hi, designer guy. I heard right here for the first time last week on replay. Oh, yay. I'm glad. Yes, every leaf has its own space. I love that. If I can dream it, I can be it. Yes. I think that's from something on TV. Sure. Absolutely. I wish I could whistle. Aw, me too. I can kind of whistle. Like, that's about it. But my father can do the... I never learned. Let's see. Yeah, y'all saying some good things. No, seriously, a mantra, okay? Every leaf has its own space. Alecia, should I welcome somebody back in my life who had hurt or broken my heart? Ooh, many times. Ooh, Alecia, 2 years ago would not be a good answer. I'm just going to offer this to you. Whether you should or shouldn't, like, it really depends. Are they sorry? Are they repentant? Meaning, like, have they changed their ways? You know what I'm saying? Like, there are so many different questions to ask. But I think sometimes we know the answer to that question, but we're afraid to make things final. And for me, that was my story. Like, I kept a lot of friendships in my life because I didn't want to let them go, but they were harming me. And it literally took a big split for my friends, for my husband to be like, you can't talk to them no more. Like, it was really bad for me to let go. Because the truth is, I wanted so badly for them to pick me, like, as in, like, love me back. I wanted so badly for them to love me back, but the truth is they didn't love me. And that was a really hard reality to swallow, like a hard pill to swallow. These people do not love me. They do not mean good for me, like good to me. They're not good to me. They're not good for me. And so I have to let it go. So if this person is harming you, if this person is not, and what is sorry, right? An apology to me is change behavior. I've heard that before, and I agree. If they're not changing in their ways, they're not sorry. But I only you can answer that question, Albert. But I would say trust yourself, because I think you know the answer to that question. But I think sometimes we try to convince ourselves that it's not true. We try to convince ourselves like, oh, well, and this is what I usually do. I give people the benefit of the doubt. I say, they did do these awful things to me, but they still did that one thing that was nice. Or I'll say like, oh, but I can show them the love of God, which is a trap. I can show them the love of God, and hopefully they'll change their ways. You don't have to suffer to be loved. You don't have to suffer to be loved. There are people willing to love you for who you are. So that would be my answer. I hope that helps a little bit. Isn't there supposed to be a blood moon soon? Oh, I don't know. Is it? Stealing? What's going on? Let's see. Stretch Marks the Spot says, this is such a good discussion. I see how much I count myself out just because, yeah, we all do it. No judgment. I'm with you. I'm right there with you. Yes, thank you, baby. Please hit the like button, you guys, if you're liking what you're watching. It helps me out, helps the algorithm, all that good stuff. And it just, it also makes me feel good that you got what you needed. Can our dreams and passions sometimes not align with the Lord's will for our lives? I think so. I think sometimes our desires can, but I think our dreams, I feel like that's different. I also feel like the why behind the dream could be impactful. So I think, sometimes we desire things that aren't good for us. I think, whether you believe in God or not, I think sometimes we desire things that aren't healthy for us. You know what I mean? Like sometimes we want things that we think that we want, but really we want how people will look at us if we have the thing. So we say, oh yeah, I want to be a great artist, but really what you want is applause. Really what you want is a stroke of the ego, right? And is that really going to satisfy you? No. But if you want to be an artist because you want to sing, okay. You know what I mean? Like, doesn't mean you shouldn't sing. I think sometimes we just have to question our why and our intention behind the thing. It's hot in here, y'all. It's been hot today. So I'm turning my fan. I was trying to do the sound, but it's hot. Okay. Let's see. Literally just began telling my brain that I can be bigger than what I imagine. Yes, and you can. And you can. The moon. Sorry. Y'all talk about the moon. I hate when people say you can't, even when you can't, just thinking like that. Yeah. Hi, Wingwell 500. Funny if people kept that thought. Imagine how many things we wouldn't have today. Exactly. The microwave, the air conditioner, the fan, the stoplights. That's somebody's imagination at play. Yes. This is truly my favorite YouTube channel. Oh, yay. I'm always left feeling better about my life and inspired. That makes me happy. That makes me really, really happy. I believe equip us with everything that we need to fulfill our dreams. I believe we're equipped too. I believe we have everything that we need inside of us. Like I said, the seed, it's all there. It just needs to be cultivated. It just needs a little love, little water, a little finesse, and we'll get there. Why is it that we don't like dreaming big, and why are we afraid of dreaming even bigger? I think dreaming big is it makes us vulnerable to honestly to say, you know what, I want that thing. It's bottled water, but I want this. There's vulnerability in being honest about what we want, what we desire, because now that I've said I want this thing, there's intention behind it. There's things I have to do to get it. But then also, if I tell people that I want this thing, then if it doesn't happen, I'm going to be disappointed. People are going to say something about me, maybe. You know what I mean? Like, so I think it's normal for us to be afraid because we don't know, right? Like, really, it's really just like, we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen, how it's going to turn out, like who's going to show up, who's going to like it, who's going to leave a hateful comment, whatever it is. I think sometimes because we don't know, which is normal. You don't know, so you fear. You fear, or you anticipate the worst, whatever language you want to use. I think that's normal. And dreaming bigger causes us to have to come outside of our own might and power to do it. Again, I'm a believer, so this is what I believe. I believe that some dreams I have aren't meant for me to do all by myself. I believe that I am a conduit, meaning that something is working through me to do the thing that I'm doing. But if I feel like, and shout out to Jamile, we talked about, being a reserve versus being a conduit. And a reserve, of course, is like, okay, so this is my reserve of power, right? This cup of tea. Like, this is what I have. But if I'm a conduit, meaning like metal or whatever it is, even water. Water can be conductive, I think, right? Shout out to my science people. But anyway, if I'm a conduit, something can work through me. I don't have to hold on to anything anyway. It's just me being available. And so I think sometimes when we put all the pressure on ourselves to do everything, I think that feels heavy, that feels big, because it is. Like I'm just a small little person. You know what I mean? With my small little might, my limited resources, understanding, wisdom, experience. But if I'm working with, in my mind, a higher power doing the things, then like it's not on me to do anyway. You know what I mean? Like whatever happens, happens. I just showed up and did my part. You know, I stood in the place where I'm supposed to be. I talked to the person. Hopefully they got what they needed, right? And I think we put all this pressure on ourselves to have all the answers, to be perfect. And being perfect and having all the answers is not what's required anyway. What's required is us just being honest and being ourselves. I think it's that simple. Oh, I'm glad. Incremental changes break the forest down to the trees. Yes, one step at a time. Exactly. When it comes to having passions, is it possible to have zeal without wisdom? Absolutely. How can we apply wisdom to our zeal? I think that takes time. I think that takes humility. Getting ourselves under people who are wise, people who have done it before, asking for help. Because you can be zealous about anything and be harmful. You could have all the good intentions in the world. Going back to faith, right? I'm sorry, we just keep going back here. I'm not sorry, but going back to faith, there are a lot of people who become believers, Christians, and they're zealous and they're harmful in their speech. They're harmful in things they say to people. Like, you're going to hell if you don't do X, Y, and Z. It's like, girl, can you calm down? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's very easy to be harmful even to ourselves. Like, yes, I have this dream. I have this passion. Let me go all in. And then you end up burning yourself out. Or yes, I want to run. Let me join a 5K without practicing, right? Then we injure ourselves, or we have shin splints, or because we don't even know how to walk. You trying to race and run, but you can't walk. I think sometimes taking small steps, humbling ourselves enough to take the small steps, and then getting under people who have done it before, or who can do it, or who can show you how to do it. I think that's how you get the wisdom. The wisdom is from the people who already did it, who already have it. You know, that's my thought. That's just my thought. Okay. Yes, you are a seed. Hi, Alecia Renece. I hope I'm saying that right. Please correct me if I'm not. Hi, I'm late. You're not late. You're on time. But here, you're such a gem. I've been watch you a lot. Love your topics. Say beautiful. Thank you so much. Oh, thanks for calling me beautiful. That means a lot to me. I'll try my best. I'm gonna keep showing up. Yes, then you can see the forest. Yes, absolutely. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I believe God has already equipped us with everything, that we need to fulfill our purpose and our dream. And remember, there is seed, time, and harvest. Speak. Yes, to everything is a season. Yes. I'm so glad you brought this up, because I think that sometimes we are waiting for a harvest when we're in our spring season. You're not going to plant a seed right now and you're going to get the harvest right now. No, it takes time. Thank you for saying that, because a lot of us are being too harsh with ourselves, not giving ourselves enough grace or time. It takes time. It also takes pruning. Like, we can do a whole comparison between our lives and farming or growing something, right? When something's growing and we got to cut it back just a little bit, it's like, dang, that growth, right? But now that you cut away all that extra stuff, more energy is given to the healthy things. So in the moment, pruning is painful. It feels like we're failing, but really we're just refocusing, readjusting. You know what I mean? So thank you for sharing that. I think that's really deep. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, I'm glad that makes sense. So true. Regret is hard to shake, but regret is also an important emotion, because we want to remember how it felt to not do our thing, not to condemn ourselves, not to like tear ourselves down, but to be like, okay, I remember how that felt to not take the chance when I wanted to take the chance. So let me take the chance now. And, or that thing I feel regret around, can I remedy that now? Can I fix it now? Like I said, you modeled when you were 25, you 55, 65, 75, 85, you can still model. And we live in a beautiful time and day where a lot of those beauty standards, for this example, a lot of those beauty standards are not there. People want to see themselves. People want to see people aging. People want to see people in all their confidence and glory and beauty in the body that they have now. People want to see the stretch marks after giving birth, right? People want to see the real. This is the best time to be real. Nobody wants that fake stuff. Nobody wants like to be talked at. They want to feel human. You know what I mean? So anyway, okay. Let me go back. Pork and beans. Sardines. Is that do y'all know that song? Anyway, I don't know if that's just a DMV song. Sardines and pork and beans. Okay. There is genius and boldness. Yeah, there is. I started doing the hobbies I always wanted to do as a child. Like this year, I accomplished being a runner. I feel so free. That's awesome. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I need to reintroduce myself to that childlike faith. Yes, yes. Again, I literally take my picture and spend time with myself in that picture, my little self, and I think to myself, what was I thinking? What do I need to say to my childhood self? And I did write it down. I'll probably share that later. But yeah, like one of the things I wrote down was like, I wrote down, I love you so much. And I'm sorry I ever made you feel like you were not loved or you were not enough. I'm sorry the world made you feel like you were not enough. You are, So I think sometimes getting that childlike faith is really like getting comfortable with being all of ourselves, because who I was in that picture is not very different than who I am today. Shout out to Tiff if she's watching this. We had a conversation about loving our childhood self. Oh, and I just wept. It was a beautiful weeping though. But yeah. I used to talk to clouds and trees. Yes, yes, yes. That magic. Stop being different. Yeah, exactly. Programming to keep people in boxes. Yep. I had to leave, but we'll definitely listen to. Oh, no worries, Barbara. Have a good evening. Yeah. Jessica says, I'm the biggest kid and I don't care. I know that's right. I recently bought a collection of Barbie dolls. Playing with dolls brought me so much joy when I was younger, and I feel the same today. My imagination goes wild. Yes. And that's how you get back in touch with that childlike faith. That's how you do it. That's the way. We knew the way. Nothing was broken with us. Nothing was wrong. Nothing needed to be fixed. We had it all then. We were those little seeds, and somebody destroyed it and said, no, you can't be, no. You know what I mean? Like, so give yourself the opportunity to be a seed again. Yeah. Hiding our dreams is a form of self-preservation when in reality it's self-sabotage and degradation. Thank you for sharing that. Self-sabotage. Yes. 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 That fear of success, that fear of failure, all those things, like get in there like, oh, what if this happens, Alecia? What if it ruins, da-da-da? And then you end up destroying everything. I've done it. I have done it. I actively have to work to not do it. To not self-sabotage. Oh, forget it. Never mind. Who cares? I care, low-key. I find that I don't laugh as much as I did when I was in my youth. Reclaiming my joy and peace again. I love that. I love that. I love that. Audacity. Yes. Yes. Podcaster bros, yes. But just be talking about nothing or just sharing. Listen, I believe in art. I believe that people can express whatever they want to express. It doesn't have to be deep. It doesn't have to be impactful. It can be fun and lighthearted, but some stuff is just harmful. And I'd be like, can y'all be quiet? Enough. Like, y'all need to go to therapy. And I'm not saying that in a way that is insulting. I'm being very serious. Very serious. Mary or Lauryn Hill, who is the better artist? Ooh, Mary J. Blige, girl. What other Mary you talking about? I don't like to compare them. I think they're very different. So I wouldn't even compare them, but they're both great. They're both great. We all have a gift. Someone needs to hear it. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Digital money is not new. Cryptocurrency, just another name. Hey, if you could explain it to me to make it make sense, wonderful. Because I'm still trying to get a handle on like real money. Okay? Not real money, but you know what I'm saying. Okay. I've been told I have a strong sense of self, and at some point I gave in. Now I'm working on getting to know the authentic me. I want to be freely me. I love that. I love it. We all, and listen, I love that you all are giving yourselves permission to do it, because grace, right? Like, we were all just doing the best that we could with what we had. We were trying to survive, trying to do the right thing, believing what people told us, Oh, yes. Why do you get to rob us of your dreams? For real. It's robbery. It's thievery. When you are not being yourself, when you are lying to yourself and others, when you are holding back, when you are allowing fear to convince you to not share your thing, you're robbing the world of your gift. And I know that sounds heavy, and it sounds heavy to me, but it's just, I use it as fuel. I got to keep showing up. Whatever is in my heart, and yes, right now I'm on YouTube. Maybe 10 years from now I won't be doing this, right? But whatever that is in the moment, like, I need to show up in the way that I'm supposed to show up, or else I am robbing people. I am a thief. I am a thief. I just take naps all the time. Can't tell you the last time I took one. Yeah, take a nap. No worries. I figured that's what you meant. Yeah, take a nap. Where would we be if our ancestors listened to people who said they were unrealistic? That part. We would not be here. I promise you. Soulful freedom work, yes. And even with that, right? Even the ancestors, the people, and ancestors meaning our mothers, grandmothers, forefathers, all these different things. Without their work, like there were people who literally were opposed to them doing the work that they were doing, which is understandable because survival, right? Like if we are trying to escape a place where we are enslaved, the people who get left behind sometimes get punished. You feel me? And so we take that same mindset. I truly believe we take that same mindset of groupthink of like, if one person does something bad, it reflects bad on all of us. No, it doesn't. Right? But like that same thinking of safety comes from that time. Because yes, if somebody does mess up, we all suffer for it. You know what I mean? And so the work that MLK was doing, the work that Harriet Tubman was doing, all the greats, all the people you can think of, there are people who are opposed to them because they're like, why are y'all causing such a fuss? Can y'all calm down? We just trying to survive and get out of here. You know, we're just waiting for the great by and by. But there were some people who said, I will not wait until I die to be free. I will not wait to die to be free. You know what I mean? Like, and so, and like, I'm not knocking them. I'm not judging the people who wanted to stay, who wanted them to be quiet, because I get it. It's scary, right? But they still were committed to doing the thing that was in their heart to do. And that takes guts. That takes guts. Moses is my favorite person in the Bible. Moses is my favorite person. A speech impediment, yet he led the children of Israel. Man has limits, but there are no limits with God. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. Like, when I feel Moses so bad, when he's like, God, me? I can't talk. What you want me to lead people for? You know, you talk about somebody who's just been like, who exiled himself and, you know, just trying to live a quiet life and mind his business. And here come God talking about some, hey, I have things for you to do. And Moses is like, listen, I'm not trying to do all of that. I'm trying to be very basic here. And God said, nah. And then Moses had to go in the wilderness with these hard-headed people who didn't listen. It's just, you know, like, so I get it. Moses is one of my favorite people. He's one of my favorite people. Okay. Also, people were more spiritually connected back then. I definitely can see that. Yeah, they were. I think because they weren't so distracted. We have so many distractions with technology and like other people's thoughts. I really don't think that we're supposed to be as connected as we are. Like, we're constantly connected. Even this conversation, you all are like digesting my thoughts and my opinions. I hope that it's not drowning out your own. I hope that you're taking this in addition to your own. But some people, yeah, like, they're like, oh, well, let me just connect to what other people say instead of like listening in. What do I think? What does God think? You know what I mean? So anyway, let's come to the end so that we can have a good evening. I feel your life, live your life and no one else. Yes, absolutely. Yes. No living vicariously. Vicariously is Stephanie Perry. But yes, no living vicariously. No. Growing up, my dad told me I couldn't be a singer. Aw, that still sits with me. And here I have a voice like John Legend. Please sing. Please sing. Please sing. Like, and the thing is, you are a singer. If you're singing, you're a singer. You don't have to be signed to a record label to be a singer. Sing. Use the gift. You know? You do that already. We're, oh, yay, I'm glad. That makes me happy. If they liked your dream, they stole it for themselves. Yup. Some people do that. By the grace of God, you will fulfill your dreams, Alecia. Thank you. You are good to go. Nobody, nothing can stop you. Very thankful for you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Unrealistic equals limited. God made us with limitless potential. What's described as realistic is mediocre and a product of reductionist thinking. Ooh, drag us. Silence the external noise and do you. I love that. Thank you, Jesse Nunez. Thank you. Someone or people are awaiting. Yeah, they are. I am not for everyone and everyone is not for me, and that's okay. Yep, exactly. And it's no love lost, no judgment. It's like they're just not the people. And that's okay. Counselor and classical musician. I love that. A women's garden. Ooh, I love it. I would love to write one poetry book. I would also like to be a professional organizer. Ooh, yes. Help. I would like to live off the land and grow my own food. Yes, I love that. That's what I want to do too. I love that. I want to write and share Black and queer stories, rather film, TV, books, podcasts. I love that. I love it. I want to write books and get a PhD in governance, maybe even a U.S. ambassador. Ooh, ambassador. Come on, Desiree. I love that. That's awesome. Okay, here it is. It would be nice to be a content creator traveling to different parts of the world, creating art and sharing what I'm learning on my travels. Monique, do it. Do it. You have permission to do that. I affirm all y'all dreams is valid. It's just waiting on your yes. One of my dreams to help women relax, reduce stress and anxiety through therapeutic massage and body work, regardless of whether or not they can afford it. I love this. You know how many women need that? We stressed. You know how many women need that? I love that. I'm now sketching for the first time in years. Oh, that makes me so happy. I will start selling my work digitally. My job is coming to an end and I'm not waiting anymore to truly profit from my immense talent. I love it. Don't wait. Waiting for who? If you wait for permission, it's never going to come. The permission will never come. Take it when you can get it. Not that you need my permission, but you have permission, okay? These are all awesome dreams. Yes, thank you for sharing. Seriously. I want to make a visual mixtape. Vivi, please. Or Vivi. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But yes, that sounds amazing. That sounds beautiful. Yes, do it your own way. If you believe you can or can't, it's true. Okay, thank you, Leslyn. Yes, that's the quote. I aspire to be a creative director, a wife, have an all-natural, organic, holistic business, express myself creatively in every aspect of art, whether that is cooking, painting, imagery, etc. I love that, Shah. Thank you so much for sharing that. I love that. Because you don't have to pick just one. You don't. I'm multi-passionate. I did not coin that term. It's a term that I heard from, oh my gosh, Marie Folio, I think. Multi-passionate. Some other people call it Renaissance person. Like basically that you have a lot of interests. And people like to say like, oh, you know, master of none, something, blah, blah. Look up the whole phrase. Because a person who does multiple things, they're beneficial too. Yeah. So, okay. I'm currently camping in my vehicle, not by choice, but nevertheless, I'm enjoying this journey. I love that for you, Jessica. I love that. Thank you for sharing that. That's awesome. Yes. Aside from traveling the world, I dream of living in Italy for a season, take language lessons, vocal coaching, and perform. Additionally, I want to be debt-free and help set others free from debt. I love that. And a lot of our dreams benefit us, but a lot of them benefit other people. We want to impact other people. A lot of us want to have impact. And so why are we robbing the world of that impact? You know what I mean? But Jessica, one thing I do want to say is this really is beautiful. The fact that you are living in your vehicle, not by choice, but you're enjoying the journey anyway, is beautiful. I've shared this before. My husband and I were RVing and we didn't have no money. We were dead broke. We were in Florida. We're just like, what are we going to do? We were basically like stranded, using stranded loosely, but stranded in Florida. And it was, you know, at the time we could take that option to be very like, oh, you know, we're homeless. We don't have nothing going for us. Like we're really down. But we were at the beach every day. We ain't had no money. We ate chicken nuggets from, we ate chicken nuggets $1, I think at the time they were like $1.27 or something like that. $1.27 chicken nuggets from Burger King every single day, right? But I was so happy. I was so blissful. Like I was so happy. Yes, I was worried about stuff like, what are we going to do? But I was just in the moment. I'm at the beach. Girl, I'm at the beach. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what we're going to do, how we're going to get out of here, but I'm at the beach, right? And I was able to see that beauty. And I think that's a beautiful perspective to have. It's a beautiful characteristic to have, to be able to see the beauty. Even when we're in places where we're not, you know what I'm saying? Where we're not choosing to be. You know what I mean? So yes, but we're going to talk. Let's talk. Okay. To live a full life while working part-time. Yeah. Yeah. People are doing that. Again, look up The Upgrade. Her name's Kiki. She's on a sabbatical right now, I think. But she works part-time, house hacks, and is still able to save money and be on sabbatical. It's possible. And she lives a very full life. I want to invent something. That's awesome, MJ. That's awesome. My dream is to just be free, be financially free, working towards saving to buy land and become a real estate investor. I love that. I love it. Alecia, also you mentioned tiny homes. I used to paint apartments. So let me, it's in reach to do what you said right here on YouTube. Thank you so much. Thanks for sharing that. And that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. I want to make a living creating, showing my artwork. I love that. And why can't you? People do it every day. Why can't you? I'm struggling with feeling like a failure. I know part of the reason is that I have worked so hard and stepped back. Feeling empty right now. Annika, I'm sending you a lot of love right now. If y'all could send some love. Just because things didn't work out the way that you want them to does not mean you're a failure. We have this understanding that failure is like the final answer, that failure means that whatever we wanted to happen did not happen the way that we wanted to happen. That's not failure. That's information. You know what I mean? So you can take the outcome of what you did, take a break, right? Rest, have grace with yourself, mourn. You can feel your feelings. Your feelings are valid, but I don't want you to stay there. It's okay to feel empty. It's okay. Like it's okay to not be okay. And I hope that what I'm saying is not coming across as like, be good, be happy. Like, no, it's okay to be disappointed. It's okay to feel your feelings, but I don't want you to label yourself a failure just because things didn't work out the way that you wanted them to work out. Because what I really believe is that stuff works out the way that it's supposed to, even if we don't like the way that it works out, right? So I might go for a thing, a job, I don't get the job, and I could feel like a failure, or I could say, you know what, this job just isn't for me right now. And there's something else. There's another option. You know what I mean? I hope that makes sense. But I'm sending you a lot of love. I am so sorry you feel this way. And it's okay. It's okay to not be okay. And it's okay to mourn. Give yourself a few days to mourn. Give yourself a few days to feel your feelings. Because the way that you heal is by feeling. You know what I mean? Like, not pretending that you're okay. Like, be okay with not being okay, excuse me. You know what I mean? And then one day you look up and you say, okay, I am here. Where do I want to go next? And how can I get there? You know? So I hope that's helpful in any way. I hope that's helpful in any way. Also, I'd love to learn to play the drums and be in a rock metal band. Yes. I don't know about the band part, but I'm still getting my drums. I love that. Listen, you buying the drums and just banging on it, that's valid. That's valid. I will be taking singing lessons to help you sing better. Awesome. I need to take singing lessons too. I do. Hey, shout out to Erica. DMB. Yeah. Absolutely. Praying you'll be filled up soon. Same. Also, what fills you up, right? Not achievements, not if you're saying that you feel empty, it's okay, right? But what can you fill yourself up with? What good can you fill yourself up with? Does it have to be achievement? Does it have to be success? Can it be, if you enjoy music, can you listen to your favorite songs? Can you be around people you love? Like, how do you refill yourself? Because I think when we're filling ourselves up with achievements and titles or things like this, success, those things are fickle. They change. But we want to hold on to things that are healthy and sometimes unchanging, right? So what are the go-to things for you? Is it a good meal? Is it a restaurant you like? Is it a movie you like watching? Like, how can you fill yourself up with good experiences? Yeah, that's my question to you. Okay, yes. We need you to, okay, yes, I know. Okay, we're going to do the DMV meetup. Hopefully, so my goal for the spring is to release music, and I want to go on tour. This is one of my big dreams. To go on tour and go to different parks in different states. I think I shared this with y'all before. Go to different parks and then set up and perform and have talks like this where we can actually hear each other and share. And yeah, take pictures together and eat and have fun. So we are going to do the meetup. And I'm going to do it in the spring, hopefully, weather, because y'all know how DMV weather be. It be on and off. But either way, I'm going to put together like a plan to travel and meet people and sing songs and just have fun. Hi, LB. I love your green stars. Hi. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's not far-fetched. I appreciate that. Thank you. Ooh, perception is reality. Speak, Yvette. Speak. Yes. What a cute... Oh, thank you. Thank you. Just say no more. Tell me more. I missed out. I used to dream about drumming for Van Halen or Motley Crue. Ooh, look at y'all. You're definitely... Yay. That makes me happy. Okay, so it is later this month. Okay. LB says, I feel like I'm codependent with my friends. I'll tell myself it's love, but I think last. Oh no. Well, I don't want you to be codependent, but friendship is good. Friendship is beautiful. It's lovely. Logged in at the part about thinking unrealistically. Just returned from my full-time job, and now I'm working on a couple of orders for my new mini business. Awesome. I'm a little scared, but I'm doing it anyway. That's awesome. Can you share your business? Or I guess you can't leave a link, but yeah, can you like give the name of your business so we can like look it up and support you? That'd be dope. Yes, congratulations. Yes. Cynthia says, this is so helpful. Thank you so much for sharing your gift and journey. Of course. Thanks for listening, y'all. I appreciate it. Yay. Haley should just let you know you were doing the Aw, thank you. I thought you were about to, is my sound out again? But yes, thank you. I appreciate that. That really means a lot to me. I think going into the new year, I think my word is going to be play again. I think I want to have more fun. Like, have talks like this, make it easy, make it fun. Just be a kid again. Be a kid again, excuse me. Then tonight we shall all dream in global 5D. Yes. A teacher once said to me that with everything I dream, I should shoot for the sky. If I fall short, I will at least hit the mountaintop. Oof, that sounds painful, but but no, that's awesome. That's awesome. But you won't fall short. You won't fall short. Let's see. I'm thinking about that song from Frozen 2, Into the Unknown. I only know it from commercials, but I know it's Shugma. Fear the unknown holds people back from getting the best for themselves. I agree. Humbling ourselves enough to take small steps. Yes. Okay. It's okay to be like, you know what? All I got is this. So that's what I'm going to use. Like, literally, that's in my mind. Excuse me, y'all. Hold on one second. That's what trips us up a lot, is that we take steps that are too big and then we fail or, fail to reach the goal or injure ourselves. And then we're like, oh, see, I couldn't have done it, but you did too much, right? Like, sometimes it's good just to take the small baby steps. Yes, pruning, okay? Yes, Junkyard Van, yes. Rare Essence, yes, absolutely. Listen, I don't. Hey, off topic, and I'm sorry, but please consider doing another chapter of Daddy Issues video. Those was one of my favorite and most helpful. Oh, awesome. Okay, sure. I'll consider it. For sure. Yes. Okay, awesome. I don't know if like sardines and pork and beans was just like a DMV thing, or if it was like, do y'all know that song? Because people are like, I don't know what you're talking about. But yes, I just love these types of conversations. Me too. I like conversing. Sending love sis. Yay. If you sing, you're a singer. Yes. If you sing, you're a singer. If you paint, you're a painter. If you take pictures, even if it's on your phone, you're a photographer. Like, listen, sometimes it's not that deep. And sometimes people gatekeep so that you don't feel good enough. I learned that from studying art and music, right? Going to music school, going to art school, have you thinking that your stuff is not good. You'd be like, dang, do I suck? And it's like, no, like we're taught to place value on things. And not saying that their art is not valuable or valid, but so is yours. So is your art. Your art and your thing, whatever it is, even if it's not art, it's still valuable. Now, obviously for other things like, oh, if you're a lawyer, you have to get a certification, all these kinds of things. But for stuff that don't need certifications, we don't need gatekeepers telling us that we can't take up space. No. Yay. Exactly. Niching down doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for me either. I've tried. I really have. But y'all have seen this channel. I've talked about photography. I've talked about music. I've talked about just life in general. I've done vlogs. I've done everything. And I think going into this next year, or again, starting today, why does it have to be next year? Why do we always do that? It can be today. Starting today, I'm just gonna do what I want. I'm just gonna do what I want. I'm a multifaceted person trying to be like, I gotta do it like this. I ain't got it. It feels restricting for me. It's restricting to me. Yes, jack of all trades and master of none. Let me look up this quote. Jack of all trades, master of none quote. So the quote is, let's see. A jack of all trades is a master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. So let me repeat this phrase. A jack of all trades is a master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. So people like to say, oh, you're a jack of all trades and master of none, not finishing the quote. The quote is a compliment. A person who has multiple skills may not be an expert in one thing, but they're valuable. It's almost like having a knife. What is those knives that have all like the different, y'all know what I'm talking about. Whatever it's called. It's like a pocket knife and it has like a corkscrew in it and like a nail file and all these different things. Like, yeah, it might be a little junky, right? Like it might be a little heavy. It might not be as thin as like a blade, but it's helpful. So a person is the same way. When you have a lot of tools and access to things and different knowledge, like that person is helpful. So the whole phrase is actually a compliment. It's not an insult like we think it is. So again, a jack of all trades is a master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. Just gonna leave that there. Okay. Yes, please hit the like button, you guys, if you're enjoying this. I appreciate that. Thank you, Jamile. It is a lie. It is. It's people only take the first half because they want you to feel like, oh, you got to pick one thing and one thing only. Leaving people who are multi-passionate or whatever feeling like, I can't pick one thing. And then you're in like decision fatigue. And then you're like, I can't pick one thing. I'm a failure. Oh God, you're comparing yourself to people who do one thing, who specialize in one thing, judging yourself when they're just two different people. And it's okay. Maybe that person is a specific knife. I don't know, a paring knife. I'm trying to think of knives. And you are that pocket knife. It's okay. Both valid, both very different. We all have to look up the significance of a blood moon. Excellent advice to the person who wanted to know if they should allow someone back into their, they know, the answer. Yeah, it just might be hard. I can't wait to experience pure bliss again. Yeah, you can have it. Like, you can have it. Yeah, I want that for you too. You're making me cry. I love mountain climbing, so I'll be taking this time to explore different hiking trails. How'd you say road trip? Yes. That's awesome. Road trip. Let's see, that's not failure, that's information. It is. The answers are either yes, no, or wait. Ooh, I like that. I've heard that before, and I agree. Albert says, I want to study the Bible to preach salvation through Jesus Christ to the world, the poor, and the broken heart. That's lovely. People are doing it. Just make sure it's not harmful, because that's the thing. People have been very harmful. Oh, you're welcome. When you help someone else because there's always someone else worse off than you. Yeah, volunteer, yeah. Yes, I love that y'all listen in love. That makes me really happy. Aw, you should. Listen, we're sending you a lot of love, okay? Lots of love. Hope you come to the Atlanta area. I will if y'all will have me. I don't know much about Atlanta, but I'm down. I want to be a musician and entrepreneur and philanthropist who helps underprivileged and marginalized people and communities feel seen with an emphasis on Black and queer individuals. I love that. And we need it. Yes, I'm excited. I'm excited to tour. This is gonna be my first thing, so I'm excited, guys. I'll be if you want to be a part of the helping me go on tour, I'll be putting together like a fund, what do you call it? Crowdfunding campaign where you guys can get books or merch or things like that. Or if you just want to support, that means a lot to me too. So that we can do this thing, because I really want to do this thing. I have been trying to read more, listen to music, hang out with friends, and get back into creative things. I have a break from work right now. I'm visiting family this week too. That's lovely. My dream, move myself and 2 sons to a low-cost home with a lot of land to live affordably, start a garden, and possibly buy a few farm animals. That's lovely. Yes. I want some chickens. I'm just going to leave that there. I want some chickens. I want all the animals, first of all. I want all the animals. My husband's probably rolling his eyes right now like, girl, please. But yeah, I want all the animals. I have none. I have no animals. I had fish when I was younger, and they all, jumped out the tank. So, I really want some animals. By the way, I loved your song right here so much. Yay! That makes me happy. I'm so glad. I need to, promote my music more. I haven't. Shout out to Stephanie Perry. I told her I have a fear of self-promotion, and she was telling me that, which I think this is a gem, she was telling me that what I'm promoting is not myself. I'm promoting the outcome of the thing. So take the pressure off of me and put the emphasis on the outcome of the thing. And I was like, heck, thank you. That's something I'm going to take with me. I'm a chef. I'll bring food. Oh, yes, that's dope. Okay, awesome. That'd be great. Okay, yes, we're doing this thing. And you see what happens when you speak your dreams? People verify that it can happen. You can link up with people, right? But if you keep it to yourself, how are you going to get the connections? If you keep all these things to yourself, you know what I mean? You never know what's possible. And it might be easier for you to do with community. So share. I agree there is a distinct difference between a writer and an author. And that is the same with all artists' art. If you write, you are a writer. You must publish to be an author. That's interesting. I hear you, Leslyn. And that's the thing. You don't even need to be with a publisher to publish. Technically, when you hit post on that blog post, technically, that's publishing. You know what I mean? It might not be with a publication, Essence or with a book like Harper. What's people who make this? William Collins books. But I do think with the advent of technology, it's a lot easier for us to publish, to be authors. You know what I mean? For good or bad. A lot of people have a lot of thoughts, but I think because the gatekeepers aren't necessarily with all power now, it's more accessible for people to reach their goal. If they want to be an author, of course. You don't have to be an author if you don't want to. But yes. Yes. Awesome. Okay, great. A multifaceted person. Yes, no need to stay in these boxes. No. Boxes for what? For who? Yes, thank y'all. Swiss Army knife. Thank you. Yes, never knew the full quote. Yes, please write it down. Please. Again, a jack of all trades is a master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. Yes, thank y'all. Yes, Swiss Army knife. Yes. Yes. Oh, thank you, Ari Smith. Ari Smith. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm just sending you love and wanted to say thank you thank you so much for your audacity. Thank you. Thank you for seeing it and honoring it. And I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. That's really generous of you. Okay. I might have a PhD, but I'm no expert. You have to avail yourself to learning consistently to grow, not become stagnant. Lifelong learner over here. Yeah. I agree. I feel like we should always be in a constant state of learning. That's why I don't think I'll ever say I'm an expert. I will never say I'm an expert because there's always something to learn and stuff always changes, you know? And whatever I do know, there's more to learn. So I agree with you. Thank you for sharing that too. I think I want to have a Swiss Army knife tattoo now. Hey, listen, if it's symbolic enough for you, go off. Like what you said about Moses. Yeah. Makes him so down to earth. Absolutely. Okay. Moses was trying to mind his business. Okay. GoFundMe. Yes. GoFundMe. Yes. Thank you. Yes, they jumped out the tank. We would be gone. We would come back and there'd be like goldfish just like at the bottom, like at the floor. And I'm like, oh God, no. And of course, like my empathetic self, I just feel so like, oh my God, they suffered. How long did they suffer on the ground, you know, before they could pass on? Oh gosh. But anyway, yes, they jumped out the tank. You know, because I think, I'm not blaming my parents, but Mom, I'm looking at you. Dad, I'm looking at you. They had like this little space, and like, you know how those filters like get in, and so like they had a little opening, and so the fish just kind of like, oh, I don't know where they were going. What were they doing? Why did they do that? I don't know why they did that, but they jumped out. They couldn't stand us. They jumped out. So yeah, that was pretty traumatic for me. And that's one of the things. That's one of my hesitations with getting another animal. I don't want to grow close to it and just not be here no more. Let me tell you something. I'd be weeping for months. Shout out to Marcus if he's still here. We went out to Applebee's. This was a while ago, like years ago. We went to Applebee's and there was a baby skunk that was wounded and walking around, and it kept falling over. When I tell you, I went home to Jamile and I cried like a baby. Like I sobbed I was laying on Jamile's chest sobbing. And so for me, even though I want those connections, I want animals and stuff like that, I don't want them to get hurt. I don't want them to pass away. I don't know if my little heart can take it, you know? Anyway. So, what? I put my betta fish next to a mirror and really? They do say they fight each other, right? Like they fight each other or something. They're like fighting fish. So he was fighting himself. Oh my gosh, that's scary. Dang. I think she did. Yeah, I was trying not to say they, like as LB says, deleted themselves. Yes. But you know, because YouTube censor all that type of stuff. But you know what I'm trying to say. Yes, that is publishing. That is self-published. Yes, absolutely. Please publish more because everyone has ideas that we all need. Absolutely. Please. Yes, they literally jumped out. They said, bye, girl. Like they said, bye. Bye. Yes, Marcus, you remember. Marcus, I went home and I cried for like an hour. And poor Jamile, he's just like, oh, you know, but that really made me really sad because I'm just like, where's your mom? And then we were at like the Applebee's that we were at. So if you know where Applebee's in Largo is, like there is nothing but there's streets around. You know what I mean? And so anyway, I hope that skunk is okay somewhere. Best case scenario, that skunk is okay. It's okay. Okay. Let's see. Tiny dogs live long. I have a Pomeranian. He turned 13 in October. Oh, that's so cute. And happy birthday to your Pomeranian. That's awesome. So that was 30. Okay, cool. I have heard that big dogs are called like heartbreaker dogs or something like that. Because like the bigger they are, like the earlier they pass. Which I'm like, what in the world is with that? So yeah, I'll probably go small. Because I need time. I need time. Okay, yes. Dang, that's crazy, LB. El Nicole says, oh, my betta fish are scary. That sounds scary. Like, all they want to do is fight. They are. They are gangsters. It's like, what is all this animosity for? What's going on? Y'all all right? Y'all okay? It's like, you're so beautiful. Why are you so angry? I was in elementary school and did not know. Oh, that's so sad. LB, that makes me so sad. Marcus, get off my live. Get off my... Marcus. I said I'm hoping for the best case scenario. And here you go. No, don't be sorry. Listen, emotions. I'm not crying, by the way. Something's just in my eye. My eye's just burning. Ooh. But yeah. Okay, yeah. Yay. Yeah, Jamal, you remember that. I was just sobbing. If the water quality in the tank is poor, the fish might jump out to seek a more appropriate environment. Oh my God, so it was us. It was our fault. Those poor fish. Dang, Jesse, drag us. That's real. No worries. Marcus, what's better than heaven? If you can't go to Bella Noche's, where can you go? Like, oh my God. No, that skunk is probably, I don't even want to imagine. Oh God, okay, yes. They have been loosened from the pit, Alecia. Yeah. That's crazy. If you can't go to Bella Noche's. That part, at least Marcus said the skunk is in heaven. That's very true. So yes, that is the best case scenario at the end of the day. The best case scenario is that skunk is in heaven. But it is 9:40, you guys. Bella Noche's. It's 9:40, you guys, on my time. So I'm going to call it an evening. But thank you so much for spending your evening with me. So I'm going to self-promote because it's a fear of mine. I'm going to do it anyway. If you want to join my Patreon, my happy place on the internet, feel free. No pressure. I'm just going to put the link in the comments. It just helps me to be able to keep creating. You get the behind the scenes, making stuff, all those good things. Vlogs, podcasts, random art, stuff that's not here. I also have a Discord. Somebody asked about that earlier. Let me see. Copy. Paste. I have a Discord too. I'm not very active in it because I get overwhelmed very easily, but I share some stuff sometimes and people talk to each other sometimes. So there's that. Oh, you're welcome, LV. Thanks for being here with me. I appreciate that. Y'all could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. And if you want to support me musically, here's some music at bandcamp.com. Okay. Whew, we did it. We did scary things today. And so if I can do scary things, so can you. I believe in your dreams. All of you all's dreams do not sound unrealistic to me. I hope that you take something from this. You are powerful. Your imagination is powerful. It's beautiful. It can change the world. It can change your life and the lives of the people that are in your life. So thank y'all so much for spending time with me. Night, and check your Cash App. Oh yes, I will. Thank you. And again, shout out to all my patrons. Jessica, Jess, you are a patron. Shout out to all of y'all. Thank you so much for being here. Marcus, you're a patron. You're here. Hold on. Shout out to the patrons. You all literally keep this thing running. Keep this thing going. And people who send me random Cash Apps, let me shout y'all out because y'all don't have to do that. And you do. Yes, Jessica, thank you so much. I just got it. Thank you. Jetun, thank you so much. Cindy Lindsay, thank you so much. Nicole Taboy, thank you so much. Jessica Coffee, thank you so much. Latora Mitchell, thank you so much. Stephanie Miles, thank you so much. Nikki Briggs, thank you so much. I appreciate y'all so much. I need y'all to understand, like, I'm not just saying this. It really means a lot to me. It goes a long way. So yes, thank you everyone. I hope that you have a wonderful evening. Catch the full moon if you can. It's gorgeous. And I will talk to you all in the next video. Okay? Love you guys. Have a good night.